Right, what am I looking at? Blah, 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 documents, my games, Company Heroes 2, playback, right. Hard fought match. Whoa! Yo! Zionist Cross, 20 sub gifts. That's incredibly generous. Thank you so much, man. Holy moly. Wow. That, oh God. I forget how bad that, I haven't heard that in such a long time, that ear rape bloody thing. My sound thing. I gifted myself the subscription. Wow. Silence Cross, that's very kind of you, dude. Thank you very much for the 20 sub gifts out of nowhere. It's very generous. Thank you so much. Just going to be doing our Training Tuesday session where so normally I play lots of strategy games, RTS games, things like that. And today we're doing a training session where I'm going to give people advice on their replays. So that's the plan for today. But yeah, thanks again. I don't know. No, we're just supporting you, bro. Thanks for the meeting. No, thank you very much for for the opportunity. Oh, hush, hush! I know I can't talk about it, but thank you so much. Yeah, hopefully I can do well. I'll try and give it a good shot. Spoilers. Wow. Right, just going to launch up Company Heroes 2. Oh, Battlefield 6 is having an update as well now. Let's go. Have a great stream, chat. You can talk about this as much as you want, as long as you say it's experimental. Okay, I need to clarify because I don't want to break any kind of NDA or anything like that. So I'm always kind of a bit hesitant when it comes to that kind of thing. But you know, I've signed many NDAs in the past. So I just and they generally don't talk about something till after the fact or whatever, until just to cover myself. But yeah, thank you, and have a great rest of your day. Take care. NDAs are at a place as long as you have a big audience of people who can spread the information. I'm good. Wow, Genesis, do me like that. I have tiny audience, one amount of people. Right, who are we going to do first then? So I guess since Sinus Cross has said that I could talk about it, as long as I say it's experimental. Basically, I'm trialing for voice acting. Never done voice acting before in my life. I did do stuff when I was at school, and I remember winning awards and stuff in drama, like a drama things years and honestly, this is probably when I was like 12, 13. But I never continued drama in like my GCSEs in high school and things like that. But I did do well. I remember like winning like first place for reading an extract from a book or something. So I I did do that years ago, and I've always wondered maybe I could do voice acting. You do have a voice, I can imagine, as a voice actor. Definitely has nothing to do with Co's Emberville's game. Oh man, Material's in the know. Yeah, it is for that. But it's all experimental. No idea if I'll get a part in it or anything like that. So, but I'll be trialing for voices, and the great thing is they'll give feedback and stuff on it, so which is cool. So who knows what happens? All experimental, but yeah, give it a go. and yeah, see what happens. Thing is, I've never trained to be a voice actor, so I don't even know where I would start or how. I feel like I'm very inconsistent when it comes to like keeping a certain voice unless I practice it for ages. Like I feel like one voice that I generally do pretty well, which I think is like my Russian accent voice, um, which I tend to put on sometimes. You can always say you have an audition for voice acting for a game. Well, even if I don't get the part, I can say it's a bit of experience with it. So, and if land me something else down in the future, it's just another way to expand my horizon, right? Not just be solely a streamer. Maybe I could do something else, and maybe that could be potentially a paid opportunity. So I wouldn't have to fully rely on maybe my streamer salary kind of thing, going forward in the future. So it's just cool, maybe a cool opportunity, Anyway, are we ready to start with a replay? So, I don't. We need to know if anybody. Right, do we have the people that submitted replays last week? Are they here in the chat? Or I'd rather prioritize people that are actually live right now. Another item to add to my CV. Exactly right. Yeah. So something else to add. Make especially if I move to Japan, for instance. I have that on top of my streaming stuff as well as my gaming consultancy side of things. It all helps build up this kind of like image that I am like a content creator that's well versed, if that's such a thing. I'm not just a one trick pony. I can do other things. Whatever, it'll look good. So. So, okay, so does anybody in chat have themselves a replay? Let me just make sure the YouTube is all connected up as well before we dive into this anymore. It's okay. Right, if anyone's been responding on YouTube, I'm just connecting YouTube chat up now so we can see the missing YouTube chat. There we go. Cool. Good luck. Cheers, Iban. Horizon usually just want to call 3 grands. Okay, Horizon. He has it down. Right, Horizon. Is Horizon here? Which was your game? Are you named? Is your game? You called Horizon in the game? It always helps if you have the same name on Twitch as you do in the game itself. Otherwise, I will have difficulty trying to find whose game is what. So please do try and keep the same name. I'm trying to find the replay that you submitted. 1 second here. Right, yours was on White Ball Express, and the replay was called Hard Fought Battle. I don't see that game. Hard Fought Battle. I do not. Did I not download? I swear I just downloaded that. No. There we go. I think I didn't. That was the one I misdragged. I need to restart my game real quick for that replay to show up. Code, yeah, you can send one, 100%. Dude, if you want to send a replay in, submit it in. I've got the way you submit it is on the Discord. I have a specific forum on my Discord channel, so make sure to submit it through there. So you can check it out there. Let's just see if we got this replay loading in. Sega. Right then, so replays. Is it called Hard Fought Battle? No, I've only got one. Oh wait, Hard Fought British Artillery Horizon. Here we go. You're up against 4 OKW players. We're going to be watching it from Horizon's perspective. He is watching in chat. He's the first person, I believe. Yeah, he is the first person, and he's okay. So we'll do Horizons 1 to start with. Oh, I am very big for some reason. Why am I big? Okay. Watching the general loadout here, and then let's get the TikTok on live. I will turn the music down. It is a 4v4 replay. Yeah, you can submit any replay, because not everybody plays 1v1s, and you can still get decent advice even if you play whatever game mode. But it's a good play. Do I have a car? I think the FPS scene is probably the best for this. Give me over to the corner. Here we go. Right. So we're watching this from Horizon's point of view, and he is playing Ink. I think this is him. Yeah, right. He's this guy over here. Right. Okay, so let's do it. We're going to be watching this replay. We're going to be tricking out how Horizon plays. Give him some feedback. I see he has a Firefly on as one of his bulletins. So first thing first, I would say, don't put any tank bulletins on. You want you want 3 mainline infantry bulletins. You've got 2, which are the correct ones for infantry sections. But your third bulletin either should be like a reduction in mine cost, or like another buff to your mainline sections, because they're the units you're going to be seeing out through the entirety of the match. Firefly will only show up right at the end of a game, so it's just really not worth getting out.
New machine gun crew ready and waiting.
Right, so building under fire is never a good idea. You've already taken about 40% damage on this squad. You also, when you build cover, you need to make sure you then click the squad and then click and right-click drag them onto the cover, because this guy is not in cover as he's sticking out. Cover is directional. So you might likely probably see this guy drop very soon because he's sticking out of cover. Doing the right thing here, though, to rotate around. Serms are very bad at range, so you want to keep your distance. But this is a fine engagement now that you're on cover. Only 2 windows to face you over here, so you're doing pretty well there. Focusing on the kill, we're going to chase it away. Not sure why keep him on the green cover. Not sure why yet, and then one guy's out of on light cover, so you want to make sure the squad's fully on the right cover. It looks like you might be rushing this. Okay, you're pushing it up to here. Make sure you turn your machine gun to focus the other squad that's out of cover. Yep, that's fine. You're not floating at the moment. And your teammates have got the fuel on the left, so there's no urgent need for you to pressure this fuel point. You can take a good engagement here and force your opponent back. So overall, initially, generally pretty good. You're mostly utilizing the correct cover here against your opponent, where they've already got like very few windows to face you, so that's good. So I should be seeing you tech up now. Are you teching up? Yep, you're teching up. You're getting medics out. So this is I don't like people who do this. Well, I shouldn't say I don't like people. I don't like the fact that you're doing this, I should say. Don't go for medics. I think it's a waste of resources. 180 manpower. Basically, whenever I see someone get a medic squad out like this, it makes me think that they are more of a low-skilled player, because they rely on this healing at base, where what you should be doing is utilizing a medical supplies package on your sections, so that you're getting healing forward on the map. You could have given this squad medical kits, waited for them to heal up, and then push them back in the fight. They've already lost a man just from a quick volley from those Panzer Fusiliers, and they could have fully healed up. Not sure if the trench is needed, but I guess you can put one down. Leading with the low health squad is not advisable. This squad's slightly healthier than this one, and you're pushing into unknown territory. Always lead with the healthy squad first, because they're the ones that are going to get shot at first. Double building sandbags is fine, just because, you know, if you want to try and make sure you got a good piece of solid cover on an important victory point. You're getting the assault officer out. That's a fine choice. Repairing it. Yeah, good use of your sappers. So your teammates' vehicle's in trouble, so you're repairing it. Good. So you've got almost 150 munitions in the bank, and you haven't put down a single mine yet. A mine here or by the door. You know your opponent's utilizing these houses quite often, so putting a mine by these buildings would be a good idea. Still, okay, you're getting the healing package now, but way too late. You could have gotten that a minute or two ago at least. These guys could have been healed up to full health a couple of minutes ago had you done the upgrade earlier. Let's make squads here. So there's 180 manpower just poorly utilized at the moment. Okay. Now and as soon as you've got that upgrade, you should be popping the healing. You know, when playing Brits, like the cooldown on this is so quick compared to like the CoH2 healing. You should be popping this every chance you get to get your guys fully healed up. Also, you got to make sure that this guy is closer to the squad, because this guy, I think, is slightly away from the dude. He needs to be right up close to the dude. There you go. So you need to make sure that he's right up against the squad to benefit from the healing. So you need to, normally I would say don't blob, but when healing, to get the healing benefit, you kind of need to. But then as soon as you get into combat, you want to obviously disperse.
A capture point is being overrun.
See what you're doing now. You're getting, so you got your assault officer out. You go for 5-man squads, which is fine. Yeah, I would recommend doing that. Probably would be thinking at this point, 6 minutes of the game, I'd be expecting some anti-tank capability. You do have double fuel control now, but it doesn't hurt to have some AT. One anti-tank gun wouldn't be a bad idea. Not sure why these guys are backing up. Nice little grenade, good wipe. Nice, good pick there. Gone for Royal Artillery Regiment. Okay. Could be building some better cover here. You built cover on this victory point, which was great, but then you've decided not to do it on this point for some reason. But this tiny little statue doesn't provide that much cover. You kind of need a bit more. You know, only one squad really can fit behind that, so you kind of need, you know, the second piece of cover. Oh, this is, yeah, your Vickers unfortunately got flanked over here, so you
crew has been lost to enemy
probably had time to turn that or retreat it before it got stolen. This is because you didn't have any vision around this side or no mine. This is what I was talking about earlier, with you had the munitions, but you didn't put any mines down. A mine on the flank there, where your MG was covering that side, would have bought you time to turn your machine gun. So a lack of planting mines is hurting you there. And he's nicked your Vickers there, sadly. Focusing the one-man squad. Good, you got a wipe. Getting yourself a mortar pit for some indirect fire. I mean, that's okay, but I'd be taking up to tier 4. You know, double fuel control. I wouldn't have invested into the mortar pit right now. When you have this huge advantage in a match, I'd be trying to tech up and get a cromwell out as fast as possible to put pressure on my opponents. Now, this mortar pit, you can see it's quite far back. It's not going to really hit anybody at this point because you're so far pushed up. So it's kind of a bit of a waste in resources. Also, your opponents at this point don't really have many support weapons, so it doesn't make much sense. Also, I also see that this OKW player has an LEIG, and I tend to, if I see an LEIG on the field, I tend to not get a mortar pit because the LEIG is the perfect counter to a mortar pit. Alright, so you've got yourself the forward quarters here. I would be expecting you to bring the medic squad up to this point. If you have gone for a medic squad, I would expect the medic squad to be here, and you'd probably want to make this a forward retreat point. And heal again, good.
Bren guns and Peard launchers can now be used by many units.
But the positioning of this mortar bunker is good. You put it behind the house here to block line of sight, so nothing can easily get like a direct line of fire onto it. So that's pretty good positioning on that mortar bunker. A Bren gun on the squad, okay. You're getting a second mortar bunker? Okay, that's overkill. I wouldn't agree with that. You know, you have the fuel. Look at your fuel advantage. You've got massive fuel advantage. You're not utilizing your fuel advantage by going for more mortar bunkers here. Yeah, bad. This is bad. Going for a second mortar bunker is not necessary. Should just be thinking, I want to, you know, if I were you, I'd be like, right, you know, you grab it, get the Cromwell out and just put the, you know, and try and finish the game off. Because right now, with double fuel control that the Allied team has got, you should be closing out this game in the next couple of minutes. Every one of you guys should be building out your medium vehicle. The T-70 though is a fine choice from your teammate, but everybody else though, every other Brit player should be getting Cromwells out, like in the next 2-3 minutes. And this is what I mean by making sure every guy is on cover. This one guy is out of cover, right? So therefore, the whole squad got suppressed. If you were to see, you know, the green dots and position them correctly, and then shift, it's not shift, sorry, you hover your mouse cursor over it, and then right-click and drag, they'll then reposition and put the whole squad in cover. So make sure you never have the one guy sitting out of cover, because that could be the difference between you winning or losing an engagement.
Base howitzers ready to plaster a target.
You see him packing up, so you thought about lobbing the grenade, but saw him packing up, so the grenade wouldn't have connected. So that's good. And you're chasing him down there, cool.
An emplacement is being attacked.
So here, yeah, your emplacement's getting taken out here on the left. You're not bracing. You probably should be bracing here against the Shreks. The Shrek's going to do quite a considerable amount of damage over here. You could be bracing, you're not. Okay, you got the wipe on the LEIG, nice. Then focus the Sturms because they're the threat to you next. Yep, still not. Yeah, you didn't brace this entire time. So big mistake there not to brace. It's a waste of a mortar pit. Very expensive manpower wise. Going for a Valentine, again, that's a very bad choice. Valentine is not as good as a Cromwell. If you have the fuel to get a better vehicle out, then you'd get the better vehicle out. It makes no sense to get something that's subpar when you have that huge fuel advantage. Also, the lack of cover built on this important fuel point is disturbing. This guy's going to lose his T-70, way too aggressive with that. Not checking his flank, lack of vision's punishing him here on this side. Yeah, how many kills? This mortar pit has had 0 kills. So you see what I'm talking about? This one died with practically nothing. This one's had no impact in the game so far. That's like, what? How much is a mortar pit off the top of my head? I can't remember. But it's easily like 200 to like 300 manpower, 200 to 400 manpower. That could have gone invested. You could have gotten yourself Cromwells out by now. 350. 350. So yeah, you've invested 700 manpower into mortar bunkers that have done nothing. That's so much. You could have cashed these points here to get fuel increase for your whole team, and everybody could be churning out Cromwells. I'm surprised we've not seen a single medium tank from any player right now. And it's 12 minutes into the game with that huge early lead. Yeah, big mistake. Grabbing the LEIG is fine because you're not pop cap, but you really want to make sure you're bringing it back down, you know, retreating it to the right area. So you're going to run it through this area, which is risky because you don't know what's over here. You could be losing this unit on the retreat. Sometimes taking the long way around is the safer way around. Looks like you're going to get away with it at the moment, but always make sure you go the longer way around. So you've got ticking up now.
Capture point.
I'm kind of also concerned that you're not utilizing this house. Your squads are just walking by, they're full health. This squad should be in this building here, and the reason why is because you want to know what threats are over this area. Jumping in the building gives you a lot of vision. Staying in this fight, even to tank a Shrek, is fine because you want to get the wipe on the mechanized, so that's okay. Not sure why you're retreating these squads so far back. What's your thought process of bringing these guys back? Is it because you want to get more Brens on them? I see one Bren on each, so maybe you're bringing them back to get another Bren, but you kind of use your munitions just there to drop some off-map in. Yeah, these squads should have been building cover here. You should have built 2 sandbags there. Your sapper should have built some wire on the opposite side. You want to really lock down this fuel point, make it really hard for your opponent to take that off you. Okay, you're getting a forward retreat point now.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
Yeah, a lot of your units just wandering backwards and forwards, not really doing anything at the moment. You should see him planting this mine here. Does that? Are you? You've got the sappers with the sweeper upgrade.
Task carried out as ordered.
I think you're attack grounding here, which is try and blow that mine up.
We're losing a capture point.
That was a kick of the ass. Target destroyed.
You're just wandering backwards and forwards with these guys with no real purpose, which is a mistake. You need to, and I guess this is because, again, goes back to the reason about vision. You need vision because I imagine at this point you don't know what to do with your units because you don't know where the enemy is or how you would attack them because you have no vision. So this is where if I were you, I would try and get into these buildings, get into a church, even for a few seconds, just to get vision on enemy movements, enemy positions, so that if you jump in this building, you know the machine gun's there, you can click on your mortar bunker, tell it to bombard that machine gun, right?
Hammer skills are being readied.
Here, you don't need all these squads sitting here. Only one squad needs to be capturing this point. And again, you're not seeing through. You started doing this early with one sandbag, but you keep forgetting the consistency isn't there. Every time you capture a point, if there's no one like to engage you, you should be always building green cover if there is none there. Here's a Shrek blob, so I would not engage this with vehicles. I'd keep my distance, especially with this Valentine. You're not keeping your distance. You're letting it. Okay, that was absolutely careless. You know. To lose the Valentine like that was really bad. You saw that. You should have seen all those Shreks and started backing up before they had lined off. That was really bad. And here you got your whole blob suppressed on the right hand side because you pushed in without any vision. You do have early warning. Nearby batteries will fire illuminated flares at frontline sectors to reveal the area. So you had that available to pop to give you vision of this area before you kind of pushed in. But now because you kind of blobbed up, your whole kind of like infantry force has been retreated off the field, and it's now going to give your opponent a chance to capture the fuel point. Is this an old VOD with a young babyface Hans? No, this isn't an old VOD.
Damned enemies trying to take a point from us.
Guy's firing his Katusha quite far back, so it's not going to be super accurate. She turning to face you. You should see that and reposition. Also, another thing, no anti-tank gun. 600 manpower float right now, so that's unacceptable. You should be getting yourself a Crom. I think you take Anvil, so you could go for. I think. Are you saving up for a Comet? Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like going Cromwell first is always fine. Then you can get a Comet later on. I feel like Cromwell's a lot better at killing infantry than the Comet is. The Comet's more like there to fight heavier tanks. It's okay against infantry, but the Cromwell does just better. in that, and it's cheaper as well. So just makes sense to get Cromwell.
Good news. The ability is ready for use.
This guy as well. This guy has made a big cock up because he's got himself a Firefly, and there's no goddamn tanks on the field. I would only ever get a tank destroyer out once I see enemy armor on the field. Like, always go for like a medium tank, a Cromwell T-34, a Sherman, or a Panzer IV first, before going for something like a Panther SU-85 or, you know, Firefly. It just doesn't make sense to get this out because it's just sitting idle, not doing anything. Where that could have been a Cromwell doing a lot of damage. Right, you've been able to regain that Vickers, but there's an enemy machine gun here, so you should be trying to blow that up or steal it. Now, because your teammate has gotten himself out of Katusha, he's got the indirect fire covered. So if I see you get a bishop here, I'm going to be annoyed with you, or rather a sexton, because you need a tank. You need like an anti-infantry or like a medium tank that can fight mediums or kill infantry. I think you're saving up for a comment. Yeah, you know, huge manpower flow. An anti-tank gun here would be a good choice because again you don't have any real AT. Again, you've not put in any mine. I'm not seeing you put a single mine this entire game. But you've got what, one Piat maybe, potentially two here. You've got two Piat, so that's your only kind of AT. But they're not going to be everywhere on the map, so you need something else to complement that. Second sapper would be fine as well. You could always equip them with Piats, and then you'll have those two guys to repair the Comet. We'll do a little bit of a fast forward here. You did cache a fuel point, so that was good. And again, not reacting to this artillery, not bracing. You'll struck your mortar pit. Yeah, you did it just at the last moment, but still you might lose it because there's a bit of a late press on that. Still sitting in the artillery as well. A stray shot could have landed on your units, so you didn't really react to that or attempt to move them away. It'd be a bad idea to give grenades to your sections, actually. The sapper squad could have been, you know, this sapper squad's been sitting here a while. Could have been sent to repair this mortar bunker already. It hasn't done. Ooh, that's some good land mattresses.
Enemy action has destroyed our forward position.
So you've got Stukas bombarding you this game. This is where it would be a good idea to make a cheap Cromwell and a fast, you know, because it's fast as well, or even maybe the Valentine you have to sneak around the back of the side of the map here to try and find these Stukas. Since you have the Valentine available, I'd probably pick that over a Cromwell, since it can basically kill a Stuka just as well as maybe a normal Cromwell can. And it's cheaper, so if it does go down, it's not such a huge investment. Comet's healthy. No reason why it should be set back. It should be up fighting right now. Once again, not building cover while capping a point. Still haven't bothered to prioritize repairing your mortar pit, which is almost down. Standing right in front here of a blob. I mean, nice grenade, but you want to be pushing those guys around if you're getting that close to the units like that. Treks can't fire if they're being pushed around with a vehicle, so if you move the vehicle in and crush them up against cover, you'll do quite well with that Comet. But you don't want to just be sitting right in front of them and let them get a free volley off on your face like that. Definitely another sapper squad is required here for repairing the mortar pit. Keeping the Comet repaired. Your teammate's repairing it at the moment. Why are you not being able to do it yourself right now? You're okay. You're over here repairing this, but yeah, you've got the. Yeah, this is where I would always recommend at least 2 sappers because one's never normally enough. You know. Stuka barrage coming in again. Not reacting. Should be retreating to dodge this. You don't know where it's going to land. That could have landed on your Vickers then. You could have lost it again. Right, more artillery dropping on you here.
The gun is not crude. Not anymore.
You retreated in time. I was going to say you could have potentially pushed forward then, but you know you might be pushing forward to unknown unknown units. But once again, then let's say if you'd activated early warning, you'd have known that, you know, rather than retreating just then with your whole blob, you could have pushed forward because early warning would have given you vision of this area, let you know there's no real danger there. You could have then pushed up and around, maybe and flanked this machine gun as well, and that, you know, your units would have been on the field and pushing and being aggressive and capturing territory rather than retreating back because they didn't need to retreat just then. They could have pushed forward and still avoided the entire artillery barrage.
Enemy movement! On the flank! Young Tiger, ready for action.
Yeah, Bishop, not a good choice right now. Reason being is because your team, you got double land mattresses on your team. You got 2 shots where you've kind of already got quite a lot, enough artillery. I'd have probably gone for another Cromwell. Your priority should be trying to take out these Stukas because the Stukas are doing the most damage right now to the Allied team. There goes a sniper, almost died over there. You love like having this whole group in one blob, which I just dislike it massively. They don't all need to be fighting together. You don't need all 3 units to be capturing this point. 2 of these guys could be pushing up around, jumping in this building, flanking this machine gun. This guy should be putting green cover here. Kind of risky here. You're pushing forward this Comet without any support. You're now bringing it up now, but you could have had these guys should have been with this Comet a bit sooner. But you know, if the Comet was to get in trouble, well, let's say it got snared and the Jagdtiger that's now in the field hit it, it'd be seriously in trouble. This is where you need like an anti-tank gun backing up your Comet, so it will kind of scare off any kind of potential dive from any Axis vehicle that wants to finish off the Comet as the Comet retreats. Right now, this Comet's got no backup plan, right? There's no mine there to stop a chasing unit. There's no anti-tank gun there. There's no Piet squad nearby with Piets to fend off anything that might dive it. You've literally set yourself up for failure at the moment. Blob. Spread your units, man. Spread those units. There's a Stuka you've now spotted.
Flares ready to illuminate the front lines.
700 manpower on the base. Stuka's firing, probably on your guys over here. Terrible barrage. Sexton probably should be prioritised. If you do make a Sexton, you want to prioritise something that can't move, like the battle group headquarters or the Sphere here. So bombarding this would have probably been your best option here, but you're kind of firing, I think, over here, just on a machine gun. Probably not worth it. Firing on that area.
Enemy threatening a capture point.
The Valentine is a decent recon unit as well, so getting that out at kind of, a later point in the game would be fine. Getting smashed here, yeah. So, case in point, you're diving in, you get surrounded, you had no backup plan, you didn't drop smoke there, you got no vision on the sides here, so, you just pushed in without any vision, and you got seriously punished for it. No surprise. What a waste of a Comet. That Comet really did not pay for itself at all. Overemphasizing using the comet grenade. Yeah, the comet grenade is nice to have, but I wouldn't go out of my way to dive into a risky area to lob a grenade. It's really not worth it, you know. Like, you should be expecting a barrage here because he's flared the area. You can see an Axis flare, so you probably should have popped brace on this, but thankfully that barrage kind of did nothing anyway. Here comes the second barrage, probably going to be on the mortar pit as well because he really wants to kill it by the looks of it. And again, once again, no attempt to pop brace to limit the damage. Oh mate, if you still don't brace after this third one, bro. Hey, what are you doing? So lucky this mortar pit's alive, man. You do have access to perimeter Overwatch.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points.
That could be kind of handy.
Infantry firing at us. Cheeky buggers.
Valentine didn't need to be that close to this squad, because being that close, the Panzer Fusilier could snare it. And once again, no vision in front of the Valentine, so you don't know. You know, if it gets snared and gets a damaged engine, or a Kittenwerfer shot you and then he snared, you'd have a damaged engine in a difficult area to get off. Again, once again, the Valentine has got no support for it, so if it gets in trouble, you're screwed. $600 manpower float. What are you saving up for? Still not a single anti-tank gun. I mean, you've been fortunate that your opponents have not thrown, brought yourself a single tank gun over here. But the anti-tank gun can it's a nice deterrent. It's a backup plan for your tanks, and it also you could use it to push forward with your infantry and then start smashing down the battle group headquarters and the trucks that are on the map. He's getting a second sexton, dude. Oh, mate, you're asking for it, dude. If a Panzer IV, right, a Panzer IV, a Puma, was to sneak around the right-hand side, what would you do? Right? Not a single mine. Nothing here to stop a diving vehicle. Panther was to come around the right-hand side. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Right? Maybe that doesn't happen. That easily could happen this game, and you're not in any way, shape, or form ready to deal with that. Firing both artillery pieces right next to each other is also a big bad idea. If a counter-fire barrage came into this area, both would die rather than just the one. What are you barraging again? You're barraging the Jagdtiger's position, which is strange. Smash down the battle group where he's reinforcing from and healing from. Kill the Schwers, where they're getting their tanks from. Prioritizing the wrong things at the moment. But you're dropping the off map over here with your concentrated barrage. That's fine, or your. Okay, now I think you're barraging that over there. Okay, good. Yeah, there we go. Look, there you go. Bang, boom. But you are firing these bishops at max range where they don't really need to. But to be honest, at this point, if I just turn the fog of war off, right? As you have no kind of like contingency plan for like a tank dive, having them far back is kind of a necessity at this point. But if you played better, you could have had mines here or here, and then up here and around on the flanks, so that way you knew that you could maybe move the priests, the sextons, closer, so that you could then get more accurate barrages onto target, rather than firing max range and being more inaccurate, because some of the shells are splashing, and missing the target. Oh god, here comes a Panther. This is what I'm talking about. If this Panther does what I really hope it does. Okay, you're finally getting yourself an anti-tank gun out at 32 minutes.
Mobile HQ vehicle.
Way too late. But hey, better late than never. Troops in that mortar pit. Yeah, no, dude. I don't know why he's not bothered repairing this. And why he's not got himself a second sapper.
An emplacement is being attacked.
Oh, finally died. But that, you know, easily could have been repaired. This mortar pit isn't a good location. And you can keep it, you know, you've had plenty of time to keep that repaired. Because here it can hold the fuel and it can, you know, cover this important victory point. So not bothering to repair that is a mistake. It was Veteran C3. It was at that point doing pretty well.
What's next then?
Friendly territory that long. I don't want to try and take at this LEFH. You can potentially do that with your sextons if you can get close enough. But this is what I'm talking about, trying to get close, having a prepared position so your priests can get closer to take out more valuable targets that the Axis have got, like the LEFH.
Ready for trouble. Engine warmed up.
Let's fast forward this. This game goes on for another
Points remaining.
30 minutes by the looks of it. Bloody hell. Troops just sitting idle and AFK for some reason. Both anti-tank guns clumped up together, so prime artillery target. Both sections firing right next to each other. So if they get counter barrage, in the right, yeah. Oh my god, dude! What are you doing? Blob capping again. Okay, this is, I like you. You are trying to now, it looks like trying to go in and try and spot for the Stuka to take out the, to try and take it out. But you drove in round the front when you could have tried and stuck around all the way around the side to come up behind your opponent. Why would you drive through the front when you have the whole side of the map to utilise to try and get around behind your opponent? Dodge. What's this got? Has this got emergency war speed, observation mode? Yeah, that using observation mode on this is what you need to be doing. Having, you know, acting it as a big. Oh my fucking god, dude! Right, you're asking to just lose all your dudes playing like this. Blob capping that clumps up on a point, on a single point.
Finished.
You've got to split your troops up more, man.
Jerry has 300. The capture point is being overrun.
You are kind of yeeing this in.
The enemy are attacking an emplacement.
Okay, yeah, I was, you know, you tried, which I appreciate, but again, you're going through the front, man. Why do you not think about trying to hug around the side, do vision first, wait for the Shrek blobs to push forward out of base and the Panthers to be engaged, and then go for it? You kind of, your timing's all over the place, and you pushed in without any vision, so you're kind of hoping for the best there. Now I have to do that sometimes because my teammates don't provide vision, but at least if I do it, I'm gonna go around the side of the map and try and give myself the best chance possible. If you go straight through the front line, you're not going to have a great chance to be able to maybe take out the Stuka. But I do appreciate that you at least have tried to do it, because you are recognising that some of the main threats in this game are the enemy half-tracks. But yeah, utilise the flanks, man. Try and go up more around the back if you can.
Emplacement under attack.
air mattresses. Be deleting these furs in the forward area here. Okay, you got something there. Mine. So you're playing campy right now. I don't like this. I don't like you're throwing down bofas everywhere. It's late game. Bofas are gonna do shit. Like any decent player is just gonna use a panther or something or an anti-tank gun to kill these at range, or they're just gonna snooker it. You could spend your fuel, your manpower, and your resources a lot better here by getting Cromwells out and microing them well, or getting a Comet out and microing it well. Yeah, I don't agree with this Beaufort choice. Unless the enemy are using a lot of planes, maybe one might be good to try and shoot down planes and probably pop it maybe central, like here, so it's covering maybe the fuel and the VP. But yeah, it's not. Yeah, not great. Thank you, Moonchild. 29 months. Cheers, buddy. And if anybody else wants their replay reviewed and analysed after this match, then please do consider uploading it onto the Discord. One other thing, you also, when you've placed these Beauforts, you've placed them facing the wrong way as well, so they're going to have to turn and then shoot rather than immediately start shooting, right? So again, bad positioning with these Beauforts. Make sure when you're placing them, rotate them towards the enemy so the guns immediately start shooting and they're not wasting any time. Double AT gun is okay. Firefly would be better. Well, considering at this point there isn't really any kind of vehicle that's been on this right-hand side the entire game, I don't think a Firefly would be better. No, because it's an expenditure in fuel which could be better suited for maybe a Cromwell or a Comet. Also, I just don't like how he's got it both of them clumped up together. One gun should be faced where it is at the moment. The other one should be maybe a bit towards the right or towards the mid. Okay, good. You wiped the Rakettenwerfers. Nice. Okay, you did get grenades for your sections as well. Good.
We're losing a capture point.
Get yourself another Valentine. This is where you should be. Where did the AT guns go? They've gone all the way back. These AT guns should be here, bombarding and killing this Schwer. Smashing this Schwer. Here come the Panthers now on this side.
Our capture point. They're trying to take it.
This is why a second sapper squad is needed so you can snare.
Hoist the flags and hang out the washing, chaps. Hands, cheek, bloody infantry in it.
Still not a single mine all game, man. It's like one of my top 3 rules of company heroes. Plant fucking mines. Single one the entire game. Again, no attempt at bracing. Keep your structures alive. Okay, here comes the... You go around the side here. Dropping artillery. Oh, you should get dash for...
The enemy are attacking an emplacement.
Now you have the Jagdtiger starting to smash your Beauforts.
Flares ready to illuminate the front lines.
Like, the thing is, the artillery section, the one that's got flares, has better vision than the normal section that has the medical kits. You kind of don't want these guys clumped up with the other squads, because you need this guy on the field providing you vision if you haven't got that Valentine, or if you haven't got a sniper or commando squad. When this guy always retreats, you lose that important vision which you need.
Emplacement under attack.
Oh, look, you braced. You think one step of getting good with UKF is breaking emplacement brain? I guess yeah. I mean, if you rely on emplacements to win you matches, then yeah, that isn't good. And I wouldn't be firing. Yeah, I mean that Jagdtiger was fairly close to being able to return fire and one-shotting these Sextons, so I wouldn't have had them fire on that. Especially, again, you've got no vision. You don't have the Jagdtigers trying to creep up and shoot you. And when these guys shoot and hit the Jagdtiger, they reveal themselves in the fog of war. Very risky to shoot a Jagdtiger with priests. Okay, good. You went around the back. You spotted the LEFH here. It's Vet 5 with 28 kills. So trying to get that killed is super important. Okay, you got the veterancy off it, if anything, which is good. And it's finally died. But yeah, so that's good. But I'd like to see that sooner. Before, you know, killing it before it got veterancy 5 probably would have been ideal. Huge floating fuel. This point hasn't been cached, so you could have gotten this ammunitions. Upgraded this to munitions point, so you could generate more resources. This point could be cached again. You seem to forget about caching. You are. Yeah, now you're starting to work away and whittle away at all the Schwers. But I'd like to see you do this earlier in the game and prioritize. These are the most important things. Killing the Schwers and the battle groups should be your primary targets with Sextons. Okay, you're doing it. There we go. Once again, could have done it sooner. I would be thinking about moving this section towards these AT guns and pop healing so the AT guns get fully healed up because they're a little bit low. AT guns are there, coming over to maybe hit this Panther in the rear. Good. You notice that opportunity. AT guns push up. The Jagdtiger on the side, yeah, good. Oh, Jagdtiger here. Where's these AT guns of yours? Where have they gone? Why are you pushing? Okay, this makes no sense. Again, AT guns running away. Why are they running away? There's a mechanized that's in range now to shoot. Yeah, the Jagdtigers are backed up, but they could have stayed here and started plinking away at this mechanized and get that killed. There's no reason for these anti-tank guns to back up. I'm not sure what you do with the Valentine. What a waste of a unit there.
We've just lost some armor.
Oh my god. This guy fucked up and let all these anti-tank guns sneak up on him.
Enemy causing trouble, trying to take one of our points. You're attacking an emplacement.
Killing a Valentine. When you have the resources for Cromwells.
Downed enemies trying to take a point from us.
What you want to be trying to do, right, is that when you see these huge infantry blobs retreat, you want to figure out where the retreat path is and then time your barrage with your Sextons on that retreating squad, right? That's the best time to barrage a unit when the enemy player, you know where they're going to accumulate. And a lot of people in kind of the average skill bracket will forget to turn off the battle group headquarters forward retreat point so that the units won't retreat here, they'll retreat back to the HQ. And therefore, because they forget to do that, they'll always accumulate here, and then you can bombard them and get the kills on them. So generally, that's what you want to be trying to wait for. Those kind of opportunities for your artillery. Hey, Hans, they just dropped a show match with the Kriegsmarine and the Polish Lancer groups. I'm pretty excited. Oh, have they? Yeah, maybe I want to watch that, actually.
Weapon crew lost.
Target out.
Could be popping healing here, you're not. What's Ray gonna at?
A capture point is
You
being
backed it all the way up again. There's Yagti gonna shoot. Yeah, I think we've seen enough of this game, but I think main issues here overall is just that you've floating lots of resources, not utilizing the your fuel advantage earlier for better units when you have the opportunity to. You wasted it in the Allied team should have won this game by a minute 13 or 14 had all of them just gone for like their medium tank and just being aggressive with it. Instead, the Allied team sat back and then hunkered down and made kind of useless mortar pits and things like that, or defensive positions that just quickly got overrun with some easy tools. And the same thing again here, late game, 2 Bofors, that's eating into your population cap. Most of the time, these things are not doing anything to contribute to the war effort. Whereas if you have Cromwells, you could be constantly pushing and prodding and attacking and pulling them back, and they would always be doing damage, right? Here, for the majority of the time, they're just sitting idle, not doing anything. So it's just eating up into your population cap, reducing your overall manpower income, and yeah, just not worth. Honestly, not worth it. So yeah, that's the end of that game. Right, who's the next person? So we did have. Right, what was the other replays that we've got here? Did anybody add some more in here right now? We had a couple more. Right, we've got Cold, we've got Comeback, and we've got Wrecker. Now, Wrecker, you're in Twitch chat right now, Wrecker? Everyone quickly deleting every place. So, one or two things at Horizon. Use mines. Blind a single mine. Make sure you're using vision. I literally say this to everybody. I feel like I'm a broken record, but every time I watch people play, they always never use vision. They never got like something scouting ahead, making sure it's safe, and they end up wondering why they lose their comet or they lose their important tank, or they got they're overextended and they lost something. It's because they didn't cover their flanks. They didn't account for any countermeasures in case they got dived. They didn't think of any. They didn't make any backup plans. So make sure to plant mines, use vision, and don't waste manpower into pointless things that aren't going to give you an advantage. Make sure you're writing this down, Horizon, so you know what you're doing. Right. Next replay, Horizon, I want to see you planting mines and in good locations. If you do submit one for next week, I'm going to... What's your replay? I need to make a mental note. Horizon. Plant mines. Plant mines. Plant mines. Don't blob. Spend resources better. And use scout and use recon all the time. You're always using that, honestly. Some of the biggest thing, honestly. Once you guys in chat, guys, if you are playing Company Heroes 2 or 3 and you're not utilizing your reconnaissance units well and you're not getting that vision, you're playing really badly. Once you start doing that, you'll become such a much better Company Heroes player. Just trust me on that. Right, Wrecker. Is Wrecker here? I don't see Wrecker in the chat right now. Right. Since Wrecker isn't saying anything in chat, we'll do Sentries, because Sentries did what was his replay? His was called Personal Peak. Did I already download that one? Yeah, Personal Peak Soviet match from Sentries. Okay. I would have prioritized Wrecker because he's a subscriber, but since he's not responding in chat, we'll do Sentries because he would be the next person on the list. Okay, let's do it. I know. I feel like the Sextons are very good at destroying like the battle group headquarters, the Schwers and stuff like that from a safe distance. They can keep plonking away at that. They have that kind of utility there. No worries, Horizon. Take care, buddy. Right. By the way, guys, if you want private coaching, I do offer private coaching currently at £20 an hour. So if you are interested in having a one-on-one session with me, either on stream or off stream, then feel free to reach out, DM me on Discord. I can give you a private coaching session. Right. So watching it from Mr. Sentry's point of view, let's go. Here we go. Next game.
We have more conscripts at our disposal.
Why is the color scheme broken here? He's got yellow buildings when it should be blue.
Heavy machine gun team prepared for combat.
Okay, mortar first is generally not a great idea. I never like going for a mortar first. Because let's say your opponent goes pure Grens and is very aggressive, the mortar's not going to do anything.
Fresh conscripts have
Teammate got fully routed.
capturing supply sector.
Yeah, so yeah, this is why mortar first is not a good idea. You know, that could have been another a conscript squad or even a machine gun which would help you, and you got fully routed off the field. So probably the worst start in Allied history. That's a bit harsh. I mean, you didn't lose any squad. Neither one of you guys lost squads, but you've been fully both players have been fully routed off the field right from the get-go here, which is not good. Here as well, you got suppressed here by this machine gun because you were capping this with your combat, your conscript squad. Conscripts will not be able to see a machine gun before it starts shooting. So you should be capturing this with your combat engineers. Combat engineers generally, you know, engineer squads in general always have better vision. They'll be able to spot machine guns.
We have a fresh grenadier squad.
And like, yeah, pushing out onto the field here with low health squad. So first one guy died straight away. But your opponent's also doing the same thing as well. He was pushing in, starting that fight with a low health squad. You should see this S minefield clearly indicated by these kind of posts in the ground. You want to wait until the sweeper's been teched before pushing in. Okay, good. I thought you were going to walk straight into that. Yep, machine gun started firing. Be careful. This conscript squad could be on cover. Running out in the open. This Gren's on cover, so the Gren's going to do better here because you just let yourself out in the open. Also, now that the Pioneer squad, your engineers retreat, these mines are going to become active in a second, so you want to get away from them very quickly because you just got away with them just in the nick of time there. Thankfully, you're getting help there from your teammates' conscripts. You could be dropping a flare forward here to get vision on the enemy MG position, but you should know it's kind of there already from its previous position, so you should have started barraging it rather than smoking it. I mean, bombarding the minefield is also another good idea if your sweepers aren't nearby, so you could use them to kill that. Okay, you did get healing in the base. That's good. Another conscript. That's fine. So you need a fuel. You need this fuel under control. Both of you guys have got no fuel right now, which kind of sucks. Should be boating yourself sandbags down. Another typical issue where when you've got units that could be putting down nice green cover, some sandbags or whatever have you, or a barricade, and they're not. Now, if you're not under attack, you should always be doing that. Okay, super careless there. You knew they were minefield and you walked straight into it. Now would be time to drop a flare. Okay, good. You're dropping a flare. Get vision, locate where that machine gun is, so then you know how to approach the situation. So we'll turn Fog of War off and look at your point of view. So there you go. You've seen the MG. You can either smoke it or bombard it. I'd probably... you're getting this conscript squad to flank round with Ura. Already fairly low, so it's not going to do super well. Yeah, as soon as he unpacks, then you can push him from the front. This machine gun, this conscript squad should be pushing up right. As soon as MG starts to packing up, these guys should be pushing forward. So slow to do that. Okay, here you could have kept on decapping that point on the edge. If you move the squad to the edge there, the Grens wouldn't have been able to shoot you, and if you only needed to stay on that victory point for another like 2 or 3 seconds to get the decap anyway. So mistake there.
Conscripts can now attack tanks with AT grenades. Conscripts can now throw Molotovs.
Getting flanked here by this Gren. You're turning your squad. Oh, you're so clumped up with that. Oh, you're asking to get rifle grenade here. Ow. Make sure you're spread out. The great thing about Maxims is because they're a 6-man squad, they take forever to get killed, right? So you shouldn't, in this early stage of the game, it's sometimes better to have them more spread out rather than on like a light piece of cover if they're easily going to get flanked. Because if they're, clumped up like that, they're just one rifle grenade, either they're going to get wiped or they're going to be so low enough that you have to retreat them. It's not a good engagement here. Not sure why this squad should have retreated. The cheeky Molotov that you got away with there. To be fair though, that was alright. But risky. Such a low squad. What are you doing with this unit? Okay, you're getting a mine on your flank. That's good. I like that. And a forward retreat point. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a good, decent location for it, I guess, yeah. Maybe you would like it a little bit maybe here instead. That's fine, really. Okay, what are you doing? Doing smoke here. Okay, that's good. So you can cap the point. You got yourself an anti-tank in it already, so that's great. Love to see that. Your squad's... Yeah, good, good. Just retreat. Could have retreated a bit sooner then rather than take more casualties. Right, as soon as he backed away, bang, sandbag down. No. Still not... You need to try and lock down these points more. I want to see sandbags here. I want to see sandbags here. I want to see a sandbag even here with wire on it, so you've got a fallback position, But when your conscripts are doing nothing, that's a mistake. Whenever you guys just sat around doing nothing, you should be thinking to yourself, what can I do to strengthen my position around this map? It's Maxim, unfortunately, because this fence is in the way, it's not going to be really useful there. You need to move it over. Late reaction to that grenade. Squad needs to be pushed into cover. Maybe use the Ziz gun here to barrage the machine gun that's clumped up here. That would be a good idea. You have vision on it. You could use the barrage here on the Ziz gun, which you're not doing, so that could have been an opportunity there for you. You have teched up. You have got yourself tier 3, so you can get yourself out maybe a T70 soon.
God's troops ready for action.
Same thing here. This squad, if this squad's waiting here for reinforcement or something, put down a sandbag. You'll always see me whenever I play. If I've got a forward retreatment point, you'll always see me in the downtime put down some sandbags and stuff to secure and solidify the control over that area. Okay, so your opponent has just done themselves a recon run over the front line here, so now he knows where all your units are at. So I'd be repositioning my things right now. I'd probably, at this point, I'd also drop a flare if it wasn't on cooldown. Which, okay, you have done it great, so you get an idea of where your opponent might be trying to flank you from. You had plenty of time to rotate this machine gun right now, so bad play there. I'm not sure why you're letting that machine gun just sit there.
We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Ziz gun forward, going to get flanked here. You can see the Grins pushing up on you, so the Ziz gun should be pushed back here. Not good. Gotta be careful when you're clumped up like this around light cover. I'd always be looking at the Grins. As soon as they go crouch, to start moving to be able to dodge a rifle grenade. Big 70. Guess you had kind of bad fuel control. I'd probably even get myself, you know, if I were you, a second Ziz gun.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Just to be safe here. So here you're pushing in an airborne squad. An airborne squad, you know, will do okay against the STEM squad, but the STEMs are already in, well, they could be better actually positioning in cover. But generally, like, this isn't a favourable engagement. He just, you know, stayed there in the grenade. You ended up losing half the squad. So you just took a bad engagement there. Now, the Sturms, right, they don't do very good damage at range. So, unfortunately, you engaged there with the wrong squad. You should have had the conscript squad fight that Sturm Pioneer at this range and plinked away it, move the airborne squad maybe to capture this point, or if this, and then as soon as the Sturms would push, you'd bring the airborne squad then to fight the Sturms as they push in, or, you know, if he stayed there, you could then take the airborne squad around the back and to get on the retreat path of the Sturms once they just started retreating. So you kind of played that all wrong. And you shouldn't be pushing this. You know, you want to keep your distance. Sit back, let your rifles, your Mosinegants, deal damage at range there. Those Sturms of Veterancy 2, your airborne squad was fresh.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Right, you got enough here to get yourself a T-70. I know there's a Panzer IV on the field, but honestly, a T-70 I would still like because I would be able to vet it up. I know it's really good against infantry. It will then be my vision unit as well for later on in the game. I'd have gone, yeah, if I were you, I'd have gone for a second. I'd gone for a T-70 and a second anti-tank gun. Rifle grenade here, just reacted in time there. No mines on the left-hand side either. To be honest, a bit of unnecessary oorah. To be fair, you oorah with both squads. You lower munitions as it is. You don't really want to be wasting it like that. Fast forward a bit more here.
Anti-tank gun is ready for action.
Okay, good. You got the second AT gun out. And don't push against Panzergrenz. Bad fight again. Keep your distance. Anything that's good at CQC, keep your distance and fight at range. They, you know, if you stayed further back then, you wouldn't have done as badly. They've just given him a maxim. Ziz barrage here on a clumped up squad. Good grenade though. He should have dodged that, to be fair. It's bad play from that Axis guy. This is risky. It's 2 Ziz guns forward with no infantry support right now. All your infantry's back at base. If he was to dive in with some other units that you weren't ready for, you'd be screwed and it would be GG because both your Ziz guns would go down right now.
Okay, that's the last one.
Okay, you flared. Mortar should now be bombarding that machine gun. As soon as you've got a target, start bombarding.
Machine gun ready.
Which you're not doing.
Conscripts here.
Or you could be smoking and trying to get the point.
Sector under attack. Sturmovik close air support.
What are these two guys doing? These guys are not doing anything.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
DPs are getting lower and lower right now, and you need to be getting this right one as well. This gun kind of left exposed. Okay, good. You got a pick there. Now is where I would smoke. Panzerwerfer. Not reacting. Very lucky you didn't lose that conscript squad there. Should be trying to use it. Where's the Ziz guns at? Back, not do anything. The Ziz guns should be up here, ready to take advantage. Maybe blow up that MG42 as soon as it got decrewed. Ziz guns.
T-34 ready for combat.
Clumped up, man. Look, it's such an artillery target right here. Good that you got the Panzer IV, but, like, you know, really only got that Panzer IV more due to the fact your opponent played badly, not because you played well. I know that might be harsh to say, but he had that Panzer IV full with nothing scouting for it, so he got punished for that. This is risky diving in. This is, yeah, super risky. You're diving in here without any vision. I know you're trying to maybe hunt down the Panzerwerfer here, but, you know, your opponent could have planted telemines down. He could have, you know, there could be a grenadier here. You're already down to a low enough health, whereas a Panzerfaust, if it did hit you, you would be crippled, and therefore you'd be, you know, you'd be seriously slowed down, and it would take you a while to get out of that issue. The enemy player might bring a vehicle over. We have seen that this guy had a Panzer IV. We now know he's got a Panther. That would only take maybe a couple of seconds to rotate over to this side of the side and kill your T-34. And to lose your T-34 when you're kind of behind right now and you can't afford to be behind, it's not worth the risk of throwing this unit away to try and go in the base. Yeah, so you're going to get Panzerfausted. Yeah. Not worth it at all. Not worth it. Even if you were to get the Panzerwerfer, even it's not. I don't think it's still a good trade for you because you're so behind. You can't afford to lose this. Yeah, waste.
We have lost one of our
Lobbing your conscripts, no reason for that. One of your conscripts could have grabbed this machine gun, gone and could sandbag, could have capped the points here. Not sure what you're doing with your squads at the moment. Again, this guy played badly. He just getting pushed in. Yeah, once again, same issue. Push forward, no vision, gets punished for it.
enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
Maxim, this machine gun is still decrewed in the map. Again, as soon as the weapon's decrewed, blow it up or steal it. Don't just let it just stay there on the ground, because your opponent will recrew it and it'll be a pain in your side again. So you planting a mine on the flank, that's good. Good mine position here, but to be honest, we haven't really seen any kind of movement on this side of the map, so planting mines on this side of the map at this point in the game, when your munition count is so low, doesn't make sense for me. We know that there's been a lot of movement around this area, so planting mines here would be better in my eyes, rather than on the corners. Maybe it might make sense to do this if you have more munitions, or if you have an indirect fire piece like a Katusha, and your opponent wants to sneak around the side to try and get you, but you don't, so it doesn't really make too much sense to be putting those mines on that side of the map at the moment.
We are losing supplies to the enemy. We have a new T-34 standing by.
Doesn't matter what unit using. Yeah, I mean, I would always grab it. Even if it's the airborne squad, I would still recruit it. As long as I knew that airborne squad would still retain a few men so it wouldn't, like, get used up, I would grab it. I wouldn't sacrifice a vetted squad, though, to completely grab the thing. Again, risky. It's gonna pay off this time.
Supply sector under attack.
I mean, overall, that was a good trade. T-34 for those 3 units, the Mortar Half-Track, the 2-2, and the Panzerwerfer. But, again, could have gone completely wrong. The opponent could have backed easily away with those units. He just let those vehicles stay there and get shot at for some reason for a long period of time. He took forever to Panzerfaust you and slow you down. This Panther took a while to come over here. And the Shrek squad was out of position. But again, that could have gone completely the opposite way. And, you can't really afford that. Like to see you start using the airdrop medical supplies. Maybe you could pop it on these 2 units here, and the engineer could probably do with that. Over here is to save yourself manpower reinforcing. They picked up a squad there because Purple wasn't paying attention. I mean, this guy going Panther makes absolutely no sense because he's just killed the T-34. He's only up against infantry. This guy should be making a Brum, but he didn't, or rebuilding the Panzerwerfer. Going for it. He's already got a Shrek squad and a pack gun. He doesn't need any more AT at this point when he's just killed the only T-34 this guy's with the Sentries has got. So again, another bad tech decision here from the Axis. Let's see. One thing I am noticing, though, you aren't floating. I've been constantly checking you down on the left-hand, so you seem to be constantly making units and stuff, which is good. Starting to cash some points for more munitions. Okay, considering you use a lot of munitions with this commander.
Enemy is down to 75 points.
Lucky shot there from the T-34, get the Shrek squad there. Are you pushing up your Ziz guns in conjunction with your T-34? This guy's unit preservation is so bad. Hey, you've smoked it. Good. Move in with your airborne squad. All your units should be moving up. This munitions point is neutralized. You should be grabbing that.
Is attempting to steal our sector.
Tiger's a good choice. But he needs something to fight these Ziz guns. He needs that Werfer back. Yeah, I mean, he should have gone Brum Tiger, not Panther Tiger, or Werfer Tiger.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
You were capping that VP and stopped again.
The enemy down to 50 points.
No victory points remain for you at the moment, and you're neglecting to capture this victory point.
We have lost a pack gun.
Serious issue right now.
Sector.
This T-34 should be on this point while the engineers repair it to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Still not a single sandbag. Are you allergic to sandbags, Sentry? What is your excuse for not building any sandbags the entire game? Yeah, Steelers. Even this is to get decrewed. You brought it into a difficult position for him to recrew, so you can easily finish it off.
We have a fresh half-track at our disposal.
Face down. Yeah, you could have. The T-34 maybe could have got in there and got a shot on it to help finish it off. That shouldn't have got away there. Still not repaired the T-34 and captured that important plus 11 munitions point. Blocked himself with his own tiger to back away there.
One of our panzers has been destroyed.
I think an Su-85 was not a bad choice here. I mean, you do already have the 2 Zizguns, but to get you that, because you kind of not have, since you haven't got a T-70 for vision, the Su-85 can do the focus sight to give that extra vision for you, and it provides vision for the Zizguns as well, so that's okay.
Reconnaissance flight set to go.
But I would like a Katusha from you next to help fight the support weapons, the pack guns and stuff on the map. And also this guy's infantry blob. The Okideba's got pretty nasty infantry blobs, so you could help deal with that. You forgot to build sandbags. You shouldn't forget. Got to drill that into you guys. Always build cover. Always, it should be one of the core, main principles of this game. This game's all about cover. Green cover, light cover, no cover, negative cover.
300 points.
It dictates who wins fights. If you win fights, you're likely to win the match. Win the war. I do like this. You're sneaking around the back to find a Panzerwerfer. Good little play there.
The enemy has dealt us
A ram, which was probably the worst attempt at a ram I've seen. That was so bad.
new grenadier squad is ready.
That was such a bad ram attempt. You got to be a little bit closer and have a bit of momentum when you're doing a ram. You don't initiate a ram from a immobile position. Okay? If you had moved a little bit and then done the ram, you had plenty of time to make sure that ram connected and did all right. And then your IR-2 bombing run, the IR-2 Simovic rocket run would have done better against that Tiger.
We have 200 points.
So at this point in the game, I would say that T-34 round the back was warranted, because you already, you're established now. You've got some decent anti-tank capability. You've got some, you've wiped a lot of your opponent's infantry. You have the veterancy advantage, so you can afford, even if that T-34 maybe didn't connect and do too well there, you could afford to go around the back and maybe attempt something like that. Your opponent, your teammate on the other hand, is like 1,000 manpower. I don't know if your teammate, if you play with this guy regularly, you need to tell him to spend his manpower on caches and stuff. There's some caches over here. You could, places you could have cache for extra resources.
Enemy forces are securing.
Not
our
reacting here. Careless loss of a combat engineer.
The sector has been cut off.
Okay, you had a Katusha out now. Great. Nice. You force retreated that unit there.
The enemy is taking our
What a waste of that T-34 there. Your teammate didn't really go in there and have any follow through. Su-85 is way too close. Keep it back and snipe. Yeah, it should be a dead Tiger now. Be able to kill the King Tiger now as well.
Lost a panzer.
Why? Yeah, so this is weird. You're backing up the Su-85. Why? Pat gun just got decrewed. You can snipe, you can kite that King Tiger like anyone's business. So I don't know what backing this King Tiger up right now makes no sense to me. You could have, you know, delivered at least a nice 2-3 shots, maybe even killed the King Tiger here. But you've backed it all the way up for some reason. CoH2 close to the front line.
75 points remaining. Tactical adjustments need to be made.
Oh, we got your conscript. That's rough. Oh, you got the little sternum run on it. Okay, that's good. Yeah, nice. Good use of your off map here.
We are suffering heavy losses. 50 points remain.
And they ended up surrendering. Yeah, I don't know how the Axis actually lost that game, to be honest. They had such a good start, but they just, again, tech decisions there, very bad for the Axis, making Panthers when there was no need for Panthers. You know, not really getting, you know, wiping any of the key infantry squads, just really poor unit reservation and just in general there. Axis, lack of mines, no telemines or anything to stop these constant T-34 dives on, especially this guy. This guy got dived with T-34s multiple times, like, you know, he didn't learn his lesson. Should have, he didn't really have any munitions near the later stage of that game, but he definitely had a lot of munitions throughout the course of the match and could have put down telemines. This guy over here, the OKW player, Plenton was 300 munitions in the bag. He should have been putting mines everywhere, which he, and I imagine he probably didn't do that either. So yeah. Hope says, I feel like I'm looking at that fresh-faced boy winning CoH2 tournaments again, yeah? What about the Doctrine? We didn't see any airborne abilities here. I mean, he did. Well, no, we did. We did see him use the strafing run, anti-infantry strafing run once on his airborne squad. He made the airborne squad as well, which is part of that commander. He made good use of the forward retreat point. He made, you know, he used the Sturmovik rocket run twice. The first one was bad, but the second one was able to get the kill on the King Tiger. So I think he did all right with there. I would have liked to have seen him maybe drop SVTs for his conscripts. With the munitions he had to buff up his conscripts would have been better potentially. Could have done that game. He didn't do that. He didn't use it. He didn't drop himself a Dishka. He could have had a Dishka down instead of a Maxim maybe. I mean, he already made the Maxim earlier in the game, but I don't think he really needed the Dishka because he was wiping a lot of the infantry squads later on in that game. Do a full replay without making positive feedback. What would be the point of that? You guys like me to do replay roast where I just tear into you guys? I did think of that before. The centuries. So points for so overall then of that game, centuries. Yeah, again, same issue as before with not having vision. So vision. Make sure you have vision, right? Is the main takeaway from that one. Again, gotta have vision. You need that vision, my man. You're pushing in without vision a lot of the time. You did use flares with your mortar, often in the early game. Oh, and two, build fucking sandbags. Sandbags. You know, improve your game so much if you start building more sandbags. Every opportunity, get down some sandbags, right? If you're capping a point with a conscript squad and there's no enemies nearby and it's safe to do so, always put down sandbags if there is no cover there. Even if there is already cover there and that cover has taken what, like 10% health, build another one. They're going to be sitting idle on that point anyway, unless you decide to maybe put down a trip flare, which you could also do as well. You know, always put down sandbags. I do sound off with a faction. Well, you need to do every faction. You know, it doesn't matter what, you know, either CoH2 or CoH3 guys, always put down sandbags. CoH2 more so, because CoH2, you can cap points while building sandbags. CoH3, they've made it so that you can't cap points while building sandbags. But in general, if I still would build sandbags to solidify the control of the point. In any kind of downtime, I'd always be building sandbags. If my unit is waiting to be reinforced somewhere and that unit could put down some cover, I'm going to do that. If I have an engineer squad, and I'm waiting to reinforce that for that's on a forward retreat point, and while I wait to reinforce, I'll put down maybe some wire on the opposite side of the sandbags so my opponent can't use those sandbags. You always want to try and use any kind of downtime to your advantage, right? Players that use the downtime to their advantage will become a lot better than people that don't. T70 is better than an M3. More durability, better against infantry as well. Like the T70 for Soviets is probably the best recon unit for me, probably in the game actually, because it's one of the best. It's probably the best light tank in the game to kill infantry, and it's very good at chasing down squads. And for that vision, it can take a bit of punishment, right? It can take a hit from a pack gun or two. You can take at least 2 shots from a pack gun and still live, even with a little bit of health. So it can, it's not too expensive to replace. But the main issue with the T70 is that when it dies, trying to regain its like Vet 2 veterancy, that's when when you activate the reconnaissance mode on it, it gets a lot of vision. The Vet 2, similar to with the 222 with the austere. Yeah, guys, honestly, reconnaissance, honestly, drill that into your brains. You gotta get reconnaissance. You need some kind of scout unit. Honestly, pop flares in the sky. Give yourself vision. Right, next replay. What do we got? Who's next? Who's next? Who was next on the list? Okay, we've got a 1v1 between Cold and Elper, and this might be good. Cold is a competent player, and this will be maybe more of a high level one. This is something I'd like to actually do. I want to prioritize this from Cold actually. Start my game. Bear with me a second, guys. Oh, Rekka, yeah, I did. Yeah, I asked if you were here earlier, and we were going to do your replay, but you didn't respond. But you're here now, so I guess we'll do you first since you are a subscriber and Cold is not. So you'll get picked. We'll do you next. We're going back to CoH2. So oh, it's a CoH3 replay you've got, is it? Okay, so my plan is we do CoH2 replays first, then we switch over to CoH3 and do CoH3 plays next, rather than constantly switching backwards and forwards between CoH2 and CoH3. So if that's the case, Rekka, I will do Cold's replay next, and then we'll go over to CoH3. Then we'll switch to CoH3. Do we have anybody else other than Rekka that has a Company Heroes 3 replay? It's not Elpen that wanted the feedback. It's Cold that was against him. NA Voice. Is NA Voice here in chat right now? Is Cold here though? Actually, before we get into this, I saw Cold here a minute ago. I don't know if he's still here though. I kind of want to prioritize people that are in the chat that are. I did see him earlier, but I don't know if he's still here. He is here. Okay, right. Okay, right, let's do it. Right, here we go then. So this is a 1v1 between Cold and Elpern. Elpern, top level 1v1 player for many years, and I think he's been actively still playing CoH2 1v1s, though he hasn't been streaming. Right. This isn't a cast, this is a replay analysis, guys, so I won't be casting this like an official match.
Volksgrenadier are on the line. Enemy is alerted to our presence. Prepare for counterstrike.
Just gonna fast forward it to get to the main meat of the game here.
Point secure. Maintain positions. Volksgrenadier are on the line.
So first I would say here, Cold, that, you know he's waiting with his stands behind the thing, and you don't want to push. So I would be actually taking his riflemen and this rifleman squad and push to the center. His stems over here, so they're going to be camping there for a while. I'd be moving them around to fight Volks on the right-hand side instead. Yeah, now he's going to isolate one of your riflemen. You'd have the rear echelons there to help, but he might... Right then, get that.
Losing a capture point.
But if you look at the map control right now, oh, that's not the button. Because you took a while to do that, he's now capped a bit more map control than you, slightly more. Right, so he's gonna have a slight resource lead because you took a while to try and execute that kind of maneuver there.
Point is being overrun.
You are going for the cutoffs, which is good. Decap. Trying to get on the retreat path here with your units. Yeah, I like that. Good to try and focus it down. Probably not going to get that. Might want to focus the stems instead, because the stems... Yeah, you can kind of isolate the stems, because they can't really come out of the base at the moment with these riflemen being here. Oh, funny, both teams only have the 2 points outside their base connected.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Late retreat on the rear echelons. They might going to get picked up here, yeah. That was a late reaction there on them. That's a mistake.
Crowds are sniffing around our asses. Tactical point being captured.
I should have prioritized capturing your cutoff
Rear
back
echelon squad ready for action.
rather than pushing up with that captain then. Don't like you doing this with these rifleman. Oh my god, that was terrible. What was that rifleman doing? That rifleman, that was a really big miss micro there. That rifleman was already quite low health. Keep your distance against Sturms. You should know that. You didn't need to push that aggressively. It was already low health before it even got into that fight. And you've got this rifleman squad here, the captain here. If you just kept your distance, you could have, chipped away at it, and then you might be able to wipe it on retreat. Yeah, you've already lost two important units here.
Under attack.
Attack if you go. You've gone for tactical support company.
Stores advises. Light MG
Get the cutoff.
vehicle now ready for action.
Ground's ours. Now spread out.
Here goes.
Oh, you're both bringing out your vehicle at the same time here.
Suppressive fire.
Here goes. A capture point is under attack.
How risky is lieutenant's quite overextended. He's got squads on the retreat path of this lieutenant now.
A capture point is
If I was Elpern, I'd try and get on the retreat path. Yeah, he's getting stems here on this. The flak half trick's there as well to help get the wipe. That survives, that'd be, yeah.
We just lost a unit. We're losing a capture point.
If you know that your opponent's going to be on the retreat path ready to mess you up, you need to try and not retreat the squad and bring it around the right-hand side and make sure you get the more favorable retreat path.
Ready. capture point is under attack.
Promotion just came in.
Hanging out. Getting some M19s now. This is where Alpin might make a mistake. He's kind of a two-man vault, kind of overextended a bit here. He does have the flak trying to cover for it.
Grab your shit. Heavy machine gun team, ready for orders. Fire!
Should be expecting a Rakettenwerfer out at this point as well, so you'll be very careful with this here, you know. If this vault moved a little bit further forward and this Rakettenwerfer was here, one shot and you would have killed it. You know, you got no vision in front of this. And all the Raketten need is one shot on that half-health half-trick to kill it. Very risky. This is good. You got, you know, you're flanking this. You should be able to get this MG. Half-trick's coming over here. Yeah, the Sturms are now overextended, so focus them down. Good pick. Good wipe on the Rakettenwerfer. Nice. You've got yourself an anti-tank gun. So it's all, yeah, good kind of plays there. Helping kind of out of position. Now's the perfect time. Unfortunately, you might not be able to chase it down. What you could have done here is, can you jump the vehicle crew out with this vehicle? I'm not seeing a button here. Maybe you can't do it with the half-track. Oh, you can. So, okay, so as soon as that I had the opportunity there, I would have jumped that vehicle crew out, emergency repaired, and then jumped back in and yeeted it at the flak half-track, right? You could have done that. It takes it's like literally a couple of seconds it takes for the quad to do that, and you kind of like didn't, you know. There was definitely time there in my eyes for you to jump out immediately, repair, and then when you jump in, I'm pretty sure you get the vehicle, you can pop a boost on it, right? To get closer, so you could have maybe ran at it a bit quicker. So you might have had a chance then to finish off the flak half trick and actually, you know, had the game GG there. Your priority right now should be maybe getting this this machine gun up to this position here, maybe making sure that your opponent can't recrew any of these weapons.
All right, you dopes, listen up. Listen up.
Rear echelon should be trying to prioritize recrewing this Rakettenwerfer. Instead, they're going for the cutoff here. Yeah, I'd be always be prioritizing stolen weapons or blowing them up. The anti-tank gun could have turned to blow it up. You're not prioritizing that, so that is a mistake in my eyes. You weren't even weren't successful anyway to get that cut off. He will lose the rear echelons. Well, even if he was to lose the rear echelons, it's worth it to make sure he gets the Rakettenwerfer. Rear echelons are fairly cheap. Bit too close there. Could have potentially got the foul stuff. Thankfully, you've got your machine guns covering this whole area, so he can't really... Yes, Alpin's not doing very well here. He needed an LEIG right now to smoke so he could maybe get back onto this position. Yeah, now the flak's on the field again. You're going to have a hard time trying to get this... Where's the anti-tank? Yeah, the anti-tank gun should be pushed up here, making sure he can't get this back. You want to use the AT gun to scare off the flak half-trick so your rifles can now be able to go for the recrew. Oh, and even diving in here is good because he can't set up. Yeah, this is a good play right now. Good, yeah, diving in. No, you prioritize vehicles. Attack ground maybe with the quad. Can you not attack ground with the quad here? I can't remember if you can or not. Even if you didn't have attack ground there, your quad should have finished off that thing. And the reason why you didn't is because it was shooting the stems, so you should have turned it on to prioritize vehicles. Still got it though. That's great, and you did manage to get the Rakettenwerfer. So overall, going very well so far. I'll make sure you're not overextending this. A three-man squad here could potentially get on the retreat path and hurt this unit. Don't want to lose it. Your game plan now that you've had some really good wins and you're ahead of your opponent, would be to make sure that you'd go for this cutoff. Make sure they can't get any more fuel. Because the only real way back Alpin can have in this game is if he gets like a tank out and starts getting some wipes with that or something like that. Or like another vehicle, but At this point, after losing so many support weapons and his flak half-track, and he had to rebuild his Sturms, it really hurt. Oh, there's a cheeky Rakettenwerfer sneaking up over here. Your quad's a bit overextended. We get past it. Elpin decided to attack ground. Now you're on top of him. You should be able to easily even decrew this, actually. Not sure what Elpin's going to do here. I'm going to fast forward it.
Heavy truck, waiting for deployment.
Yeah, get the ambulance out.
Capture point.
Oh no. I think you might lose the half track here. Yeah, bad positioning. You positioned it poorly up against the freaking tree. So it hadn't, you know, you couldn't move forward to get out of it. So yeah, very careless loss of the quad then. That was your best unit and you, yeah. Kind of needed, you had recon to give you vision so you knew where the Rakettenwerfer was, so you could have popped that maybe. Or, you know, you need to be keeping like one squad in front of the half track so it gives you vision of where that Rakettenwerfer is. Because you know the half track is so squishy. Only 2 shots from Rakettenwerfer to kill it, so careless loss of that, sadly.
A capture point is being overrun.
Nice grenade. Good grenade there. Captain trying to get in there to try and maybe finish off the Sturms. Unlucky, I think, there, but good idea.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. There's a major reporting for action.
Alright, Major out. Sherman should be your next buy. I wouldn't really want to go for a Calliope. Let's get a Sherman out. Calliope would be nice later on, but right now you... Sherman for sure. So right now, he's so overextended right now with this one Volk. You could really punish this. Same thing with this Rakettenwerfer from the corner. Sherman's in the build. Right, he's got himself a Panzer IV out, but you do have 2 AT guns.
Tank support is here. Sherman. A capture point is being overrun.
Okay. This Panzer IV is kind of overextended on the left-hand side. I would bring the Rifleman, the anti-tank gun, and the Sherman over here to fight this. So I want the Rifleman squad to get the snare in. Oh, bad positioning with the Sherman. Again, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh, God. The worst play you could have done then. And why did you lose the Sherman? You pushed in without any vision. And you showed your ass. You literally just getting Elpin right back in the game with this. You know? Throwing the Sherman. This is why I'm like, you need the rifle with this push. The rifle is the lead unit. That would give you the vision, that let you know where the Rakettenwerfer is, or let you know where the Panzer IV is, and then you would then know how to position your Sherman and your anti-tank gun. But you hit in with the Sherman without any kind of vision, and he got punished for it. It's the same problem every game. Lack of vision. Lack of scouting. Always lead with your infantry squads. Huge blunder. Oh, and then you're going to give him back the machine gun on the right as well, because that was overextended? Oh, shit. Elpin's now right back in this game. Use anti-tank guns to blow the cover up. This is super risky from Elpin. Panzer IV's at half health and the anti-tank guns are here. All we got to do is attack ground. I really hope you use attack ground with the Rakettenwerfer hitting the house instead. Oh, well, yeah. Remember, the Sherman, Vet 1, has the ability to do take aim to give you a bit more vision as well. There you go. Rifleman squad was in front of the anti-tank gun, gave vision for the Raketenwerfer there.
Using a capture point.
That's why you always want like infantry squads or scout squads and stuff in front.
Crowd's got us raged.
Don't build the defenses under fire.
We're taking lead over here. Promotion. Promotion. Get cover you. Reinforcements in. Unit under fire. Okay, go ahead. Contact. Enemy
M19s.
The enemy.
Your captain could get themselves a bar or get an M19. I'm surprised you've not bothered to give them the upgrades at the base. You've got the munitions for it. AT guns forward, unsupported. Bad.
Squad ready for action.
Oh no, he's gonna kill your anti-tanker now over on the right.
A capture point is under attack.
I'm kind of lucky there. He kind of sidestepped.
Stand ready. Squad is back to full strength. We're on the hook over here. Orders. Keep it up.
A capture point is being overrun.
Okay, here's an opportunity. Volk overextended on the left-hand side. Is going to retreat this way. Rifleman squad, you should be seeing this. See, what I would do sometimes, guys, right, and in the high-level games, is I would, rather than engage this guy, I would let Elpern start capping this. And then I would bring, while he's busy capping this, I would, in that time, I would bring some squads over to the retreat path so that I can more likely guarantee the wipe on it. Sometimes if you engage a squad early like this, he's just going to end up retreating it, and then he's just going to run back and get away scot-free, right? But sometimes it's maybe a good idea to let somebody who overextends like this, you can punish them quite hard by, getting those units on the retreat path, and then you can maybe lob a grenade on as he runs past you to ensure the wipe and things like that. Because it's all about trying to get these wipes. He's run past this way, and you could have had maybe a rifle or two maybe to be on that retreat path there.
Tank destroyer is ready for action.
He's diving in on this quite aggressively. Other Raketenwerfer slightly out of position. This is, quite risky for both players here. Because you could have lost the anti-tank gun and he could have easily followed through and moved it with the Panzer IV and the Raketenwerfer. He's gotten himself a Sturmtiger, the Chad. Once again, pushing forward the Jackson. Zero vision. Get yourself a recon run in the air, mate. Don't push the Raketenwerfer. Okay, this is a huge misplay. It doesn't matter. If the Raketenwerfer sets up, the Sturmtiger is just going to bombard it and kill it. And the Raketenwerfer, even if it gets 2 shots off, it's only going to do, 30-40% damage to the Sturmtiger, and you've just lost your Raketenwerfer. You want to, now there's a Sturmtiger on the field, you want to keep your distance at all times. Make sure you spread. Okay, that could have gone worse. You do lose the Raketenwerfer, but you can recrew it. But yeah, now he's going to take the advantage now to blow up that anti-tank gun. Yeah, and it's all because your Raketenwerfer was too close initially in that fight.
We just lost a medium
Panzer
tank.
IV's getting right on you. And then, okay, so just bad positioning. No mines, even. I know you're playing this command and riflemen don't normally plant mines, but you could have put down some little light anti-tank mines to slow down dives like this. You had the munitions in the bag to pop a few down. The Jackson, half health, too far forward, nothing in front of it again, provide vision. So again, for you, Cole, it's just a huge lack of vision. You keep positioning your guys in bad locations and getting punished for it, and Elpern is just jumping on it. He sees the opportunity and he'll take it. Yeah, I think yeah, I mean the biggest mistake was obviously throwing the Sherman forward carelessly because you were ahead. You were 100% ahead, and what you should have gone was you gone Sherman, and then you would have gone maybe Calliope to fight any Raketin weapons he'd made, and you would have been fine. But yeah, you're not. You get major recon available. Raw echelons, are decent as scouts. Any infantry in front is giving shielding. Echelons could also drop the smoke grenade on top of the machine guns that game to blind that, or even anti-tank guns that are trying to fire on your tanks. But yeah, you 100% should have won this because you had a really good play earlier on in the game. And yeah, your half track died carelessly. Just again, it was here, no vision in front of it, so the Raketin weapon was able to move up, take 2 shots of it, and killed you. So yeah, maybe if you play with a bit more patience for sure, and make sure that you've got that information before you make a play, you'll do a lot better. I think because you're generally your micro with your infantry and stuff is generally very good. I'm saying it's just the positioning and the lack of vision. When you had it, you had the recon run all game, and didn't use it once. Didn't use the major recon. Yeah, big issues like that, I would say. And also not trying to prioritize units on retreat. As we talked about with this Volk squad here, could have had some guys on the retreat path to maybe help wipe it with a grenade or two. Raketin weapon too far forward against the Sturmtiger.
I can just
Even if
dance and I win.
Like, if you've been playing this game long enough, which I think you have, Cold, you probably knew the Sturmtiger was on the field, right? Before you even saw it, because you could tell by the engine noise it makes in the fog of war. So as soon as you hear that, you should be thinking, okay, I need to make sure my anti-tank guns are a bit further back. I've got some mines in front. I've got some infantry squads forward. I'm not trying to take the shortcuts around points. I'm wary of my opponent's vision. So, like, if I'm going, let's say I know there's a Sturmtiger on the field and I'm playing around here, and my opponent's got vision of this area, I would not be playing around over here if I knew there's a Sturmtiger on the field, right? I would first do a recon run, making sure that this area, there's no Sturmtiger hiding behind this hedgerow or this hedgerow, and then I would push up and make sure it's safe to capture this point, right? I'd also be thinking about how, the Sturmtiger, how recently has it fired, because if you play with the Sturmtiger, it's got a long reload time, right? So once the Sturmtiger's fired, then you could be a bit more aggressive for a bit because the Sturmtiger has to reload, so you haven't got to worry about the Sturmtiger firing for maybe 30 seconds. Okay, so you got to be thinking about all those kinds of things while you're playing a match. Hopefully that but yeah, the main issue again for you, just patience and vision. Making sure you got infantry in front of your vehicles, your high value targets, letting you know how and when to push and things like that is the biggest issue there. Do you think that the advanced warfare general for Soviets in CoH2 is good? Advanced? Oh, you're trying to say warfare? The advanced warfare commander. What's? Let me remind myself what that one is. This one. Yeah, radio intercept is an S tier ability, giving you intel on whenever your opponent's making. T-3485s are great. Conscript's assault package, kind of mediocre. But Conscript's repair kit is very handy if you do go for a conscript main build. Sematech loiter attack is pretty lackluster. But I think there's better commanders in this overall, but it's okay. I made a recent Soviet tier list, so you can go check that out. Oh, right. Okay, we've done. How long have we been live for right now? We've done 2 hours of CoH2. I think it's time to do some CoH3 games now, just because everybody gets a fair shake. If you guys want CoH, okay. So, who in chat has CoH3 games that they want me to analyze now? We start with CoH2, and then we go over to CoH3 later on in the stream. So I think we've done quite a few CoH2 games. We've done like 3 or 4 now. It's only fair to do some CoH3 games. So I think Rekka had 1. Did anybody else have any? Because I'll probably do maybe 2 CoH3 games before I go for some food. Is this a CoH2 game? Yeah, it's a CoH2 game there. We've already done it for a couple, you know. Tim had CoH3, did he? He did. But is Tim here? Hey, Jack. Hey, Hans. Every 2 to 3 games, do you want me to do your game, or you said that your game is shit? So if you know what you did wrong, there's no point posting the replay and me going over it. So it's the same stuff that we talked about last time, and I'm still seeing you make the same mistakes. Then it's basically I'm wasting my time, right? So you need to, if you know you're making these mistakes, work on them, and then I can see that you've worked on those mistakes, and then we can work on something else, right? Jack's like, hey, Hans, every 2 to 3 games, either at the end game or mid game. Switch scenes. After fishing, I get a bug split error and the game crashes. Any ideas? So, Jack, this, yeah, that is a known issue. Generally, what I do is it happens worse on other people's systems than other people, right? Sometimes some people get it really bad, other people don't. But the way to fix it for me is just to restart the game after every game or so. You know, if you restart your game after literally every match, you're less likely to have it happen. But it does suck, and it's some kind of memory leak issue or something wrong with the processor or something. I don't know. Majority over here wants CoH2 Hands. Can we go back to that? I could do one more Company Heroes 2 game, and then I want to do Rekka's game because Rekka is a subscriber. He supports me, and he's expecting a replay review. So I would like to do Rekka's game at least before I end just the stream for dinner. I might do one more CoH2 replay. So we had a guy called, was it Snafu? Submitted a replay earlier today, about an hour or so ago. He's playing up against CPU Expert though. I'm not going to cast replays if you're playing up against the computer, because that's not, yeah. I learn too much fighting against the computer, I'm afraid. Yeah, and Tim's game is like an hour long as well, so be here for an hour. Right, NA Voice. NA had a CoH3 one actually. We actually got 2 CoH3 ones with NA Voice, and we've got NA Voice is a subscriber as well, so I think we might do CoH3. Okay. CPU Expert is just the name of the player. Oh, is it? Is Snafu here? If Snafu is here and ready to go, I will cast his match in CoH2 right now, or review it. It's you. It's Myth. Okay. All right, I'll do yours then. Also, CoH3 any good to buy? Yeah, I think it's worth. But CoH3 is definitely worth it these days. But I wouldn't still be paying 50 quid for it. I think buy it on sale. It's normally on sale about half price and stuff like that. So if you're enjoying the cast, guys, and you like these replay days that I'm doing, I'm trying to do these every Tuesday now. Training Tuesdays, replay roasts, replay analysis, things like that. Replay reviews. and you want to see more of this stuff and you want to support the channel, please consider subscribing. I'd greatly appreciate it. My sub count has been at an all-time low recently, and you know, if you do subscribe, I'll prioritize your replays over other non-subs, or if you're like a member on YouTube, I'll prioritize you as well. So what's it called? Giga Gaming Match. Yeah, with Snafu. Right, let's go watch this then. Hoping if Dawn of War 4 is successful, guys, as well, I'm hoping to do these kind of replay review stuff for CoH 4 as well, the Dawn of War 4 as well. Really enjoyed this replay thing, buddy, and I'm here to make up the number count for you. Has been watching it. Thanks so much, dude. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, viewership for CoH in general these days is an all-time low for everybody, which sucks. Oh, Bobster, thank you for gifting a sub. Thank you so much, man. Honestly, really appreciate that. Cheers, buddy. Combat Muffin. Here's your Iron Cross Combat Muffin. Enjoy. You go. Iron Cross for you. Right, so we're watching Snafu's perspective here. Right. Locking in Jaeger infantry. Pretty solid commander, I would say. Decent 1v1. Yeah, command squad G43s are good. Ambush training is a S tier ability.
Fresh Grenadier Squad.
Okay, first things first, I'm already seeing an issue. You're leading with an MG42. You'd never want to be doing that. You want to be, and you cap, yeah, so you should have, in my eyes, your MG should be capping this, waiting for your pioneers to catch up to give vision, right? So first issue, and now what you're going to see here is your MG's gone too far forward. The rifles are going to see it, and they're going to push it. Or they're going to just stay there, and you're just going to take damage, right? You've taken some unnecessary damage here. And now you're already behind because he's capturing more territory than you. This MG's not doing anything right now. So MG here, cap this. Pioneers, cap the left. Wait for your Grens to come up to screen. He also now knows your MG's position, so he now knows to be careful of this area. So he's gonna be, and therefore he knows where the MG isn't, so he can now be more aggressive on the right-hand sides because he hasn't got to worry about an MG over there. Problem with going an MG early like this is that a lot of the time it's not doing anything. Game Bricks, thank you so much for tier 2 support, dude. Game Rickson, thank you so much, dude, on the YouTube. Cheers, buddy. Ugh, bad MG positioning. Push. Yeah, you want to be leading with your Pioneer squad, right? Your Pioneer squad's got more vision than your MG, so you now, yeah, he's activated volley fire, so you're going to get suppressed there.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
And now he's going to get your fuel point. So just bad MG play. Also, Grens, why are they capping out the cover? There's a nice stone wall here with cover that they could have sat behind. They've already dropped one of these riflemen because of the negative cover. So they should have, you know, first of all, they should be capping here. And then I don't know why they're backing away. They've already taken one guy down. By showing your back to him, he's now going to get 3 shots on you. Yeah, that's weird. Weird positioning there. You had you know, you're already ahead there. And you had green cover right next to you. So I'm not sure why you retreated there. Still, you know, cap on cover. This is good, yeah. Now you pushed up to green cover. You got another squad here that's fighting this unit. So bad engagement for him. Great, right now get back to capping. Jump in the church. Why would I jump in I would jump in the church first because I would get vision. I want to see if he's got any more, reinforcing squads coming this way. And then I know, okay, there isn't. And then I know I can cap this for free on the right. But because you don't jump in the building for vision, you don't know if there's a threat coming in, so which is dangerous. caught out there.
Is taking our territory.
Same thing here. Jump into this house, get vision, see if there's a squad capping over here. If you do that, you would have known there's a rifleman squad capping over here, but you don't. This right Gren could be pushing up to this green cover here while capping.
Losing a sector.
He's going to jump into this house or push up against you, and you're going to be caught out in the open here, which is not good.
Our soldiers are trained to advance rapidly.
You could be capping here while in cover. See where my mouse cursor is. Cover's directional. You should be in cover there against that rifleman squad. But because you're green versus light cover, you will lose anyway. Late retreat on that rifle. The Gren was very deep then. I'm not sure why you tried to go for the fuel point when you knew he already had a lieutenant around this area. You should have grabbed this point and then started to back away, or just retreated once you grabbed that point and you would have been okay. But you went for the fuel point. So now you're definitely behind because of that initial squad loss. Here's another strange choice as well. This Pioneer squad retreated, could have backed away, jumped into the house, and then, you know, got around the back here and jumped into this house, and then, you know, been on the flank of this rifleman squad. You didn't do that. Oh, Rexon, thanks for upgrading to a tier 3. You're my first tier 3 member on YouTube, I think, dude. Thank you. My first ever. I think I've just got over 10 YouTube members. So thank you so much, man. From bottom of my heart, man, I really, honestly, really appreciate that. Late MG setting up. If he's going to probably get past you here, or even if he didn't get past you, he'd probably get, you know, within range to lob a grenade here. You're lucky he hasn't got grenades. That could have gone horribly here.
Grenadier squad is ready. Enemy forces are securing our
so you almost got enough manpower. So getting the third Gren here normally would be a good idea, but because you've gone for this commander, you're very close to getting a Panzer Jaeger a normal Jaeger's command squad out here, and they perform better than just a standard Gren squad because they're a 5-man squad and they already come with the G43s. So it makes more sense here to spend that manpower first on a 222, get that out in the field and start harassing the infantry, and then the Panzer, the Jaeger command squad.
Our lines of supply are disrupted.
Every cavalry, yeah. I mean, with the Pershing's fun, man. Pershing and the Rangers in CoH2 are still very good, so yeah. Another thing, haven't got any healing in the base yet. Your MG really could do with healing. You've got this commander, you've not also gotten the ambush camouflage, which is the biggest thing for this commander. And once again, a 2-man squad overextended. It's going to get chewed up on retreat by another squad. There could be a rifleman squad over here coming in to intercept this grenadier on retreat, but didn't need it. The lieutenant was there, so you know you're not really making any attempt to kind of cover the retreat path or anything like that. So it's another kind of careless loss of a squad. But the camouflage is so good with this commander. You know, he doesn't know where your MGs are going to be. You know, he hasn't got any vision. He's got no, he's only got the one rare echelon squad with a sweeper, and even that's not going to be that greatest thing to spot the MGs. If you have the cloaked MGs, then he's going to much easier fall into your trap, and then you'll be able to force more retreats and win more fights. But you're not utilizing that very cheap and effective camouflage. I like this cheeky attempt at a rifle grenade over the top. Nice. Then it should be focusing this squad down. Okay, quick, small little mistake here you've made. Great rifle grenade, which is good. But as soon as it hit, you should have activated sprint then from this squad to yeet in to that position, past the hedgerow, and then try to focus fire it. Right? Because if you had done that, I could pretty much guarantee you would have wiped that rifleman squad. But you didn't. You had the sprint available and you didn't utilize it.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
So here we have another good opportunity here for you. You have a lieutenant that has to retreat past you here. You have 3 squads versus 1. You've just retreated 2 rifles. So here, I don't know why you're backing away. You've got 2 squads versus the 1, and this squad could come around and get on the retreat path as well to help you wipe this squad. So both these rifles these Grens should have stayed on green cover here and taken the fight against this lieutenant. You kind of backed away, which wasn't great.
Is overrunning one of our capture points.
Yeah, focus it down. So maybe, you know, another thing you could have done here to ensure the wipe of this squad was to use a rifle grenade. Right? Rifle grenade on the retreat path could have potentially wiped that. It's more of a high-level move to do, but that's something that you could have done to ensure the wipe on the lieutenant. And also, because you moved slightly away and didn't stay in cover, there was less time for you guys that were stationary to shoot that lieutenant as it was coming in. Had you been already stationed on that cover, firing at that lieutenant, you'd have been much more likely to wipe it as it's, you know. But right now, as you can see, it's managed to retreat away. So you missed 2 opportunities here to wipe that lieutenant, sadly. But you have managed to get 1 win, though. You did wipe one of his rifles. You should be, so now you've seen the lieutenant, you should be expecting units that, you know, from the lieutenant's tier, which is the Stewart. And unfortunately, you are getting a pack gun out. Which is good. But the thing here is that the Stewart now can run rings around you and keep chipping away at your units. You have got the medical bunker in the base, which is great. And he's going right in the base here. Being very aggressive. So I can see you're activating sprint here to get the Panzerfaust off. That's nice. I like that. Gonna get the damage engine, pack gun. And okay, slight mistake here. Your pack gun was rallied on the wrong side of the map. Pack gun's got 4 rally points, right? You should have rallied it in from the right. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 rally points. The pack gun should have spawned in from here. Had you had the where is your rally point right now with this? Have you even set one? I don't think you have. So you should have set the rally point here. The pack gun would have spawned in here. How come you're not fighting for Collie Lost? Hey, Jam Banek. I'm just not playing Foxhole at the moment. I'm going to try and do Foxhole Fridays again, mate. Or start to do this new thing where I play a bit of Foxhole on Fridays. So you guys who like the Foxhole content. Kipton, yo, thank you for... Holy shit, Kipton! Tier 3? Dude! You're like my only tier 3 sub on Twitch. I think the only other person that was ever tier 3... I think I've only had two, maybe 3 tier 3 subs in my lifetime. I think that probably being Sugar Swish, Firefly, and Dorky, I think, over the years. But thank you so much, dude. Tier 3 is insane, man. That is so much support, man. Very generous of you. Thank you very much, mate. Same guy on YouTube. Wait, you're the same guy as Game Wrexham? You are? Oh my god, dude. That's a crazy amount of support.
We are losing a sector.
The enemy is fighting back.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Really appreciate that, man. So back to the game. The Snafu, yeah. So Snafu, pack gun. If he had the pack gun over, called onto this side of the map, and then obviously, as he would be more likely to get some follow-up shots on that crippled Stewart. Still, I think, like, you know, you're not that far behind your opponent. He does have the vehicle tech against you. Pioneer's overextended. Should be okay to retreat. Your Grens, we know he's going to chase this Pioneer squad, right? So these Grens should be on this cover, ready to start shooting the lieutenant. Now, your opponent has 2 choices here. He could either keep focusing the Pioneers and doing minuscule damage to the squad, maybe get 1 or 2 models, and if he does do that, he might kill some guys, but he will then lose the follow-up engagement against the Grens, because the Grens, all the meanwhile, are going to be focusing the Lieutenant. Now, if the Lieutenant decides to stop shooting those Pioneers, that's great, because then you obviously don't lose any more Pioneer models, but he might back away because he sees the Grens, he's taking fire from the Grens. So you backing away with these Grens here just gives him an easy choice just to keep focusing the squad. Opportunity here to Faust, you take it, good. Pack gun, not in position there, ready to follow up. Slow, very slow to reposition these units here. You know, they're just sat in base. Not doing anything.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
You don't want these guys leading the way, though. You want these infantry units to be pushing forward and covering for them.
Out of contact. The enemy is taking our territory.
I generally don't think a 2-2, even though there's a Stuart on the field, is a bad idea, because it'll be good at chasing down the lieutenant. The lieutenant's got no way to fight the 2-2 unless he decides to get the bazooka on it, which will then lower its firepower against infantry. And the 2-2 would be able to good against chasing down retreating squads, and also just hit rifles at distance. MG needs to rotate. Will it do in time? No, it's slightly out of range.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
So again, risky setting up here. Your MG should get the suppression in here. Faust coming in. You do get it. Good. So he got way too close. Then you should get a follow-up shot and get the win here. Nice. Good. Good. You were quick there to Faust it. So big mistake on your opponent then. You got way too close and got punished for that. So now, with that Stuart kill, you're 100% back in this game.
Ability has been increased.
This Gren should be focusing on this squad. Again, you're not fully against cover here. Getting a Panzer Grenadier squad. Okay, that's okay. But I would like to see a 2-2. Little cheeky grenade there. I caught him off guard.
Assign fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
I would like to see you maybe sprint in if you had the munitions there to just get maybe a couple more shots in there. Maybe get the wipe on it, a rifleman. You have an MG covering the retreat of your Gren, so if he does try and chase down your 2-man Gren, they'll run into the machine gun.
The enemy is taking our territory.
So he's got an MG in the building there, so I'd click on the building to see what's in there. MG, I wouldn't really be pushing up against that because I'd get, this guy's slightly out of cover on the right-hand side. So this MG's probably going to suppress this Jaeger squad here.
Forces are securing our territory.
To kill. Pioneers completely on negative cover. Get on better cover if you can. Negative cover is there. You got to be careful where you position yourself around this area because there's a lot of negative cover here.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
So this is all about another thing I want to talk about here with you, Snafu, is about field presence and knowing what your opponent has on the map at any point in time. If you can count the amount of units he's got in the field, you'll know how many units he has and where they are at. So you should have realised that he's maybe got nothing on this side of the map because he's just retreated a lot of his rifles. So therefore, it was safe for you to maybe move your machine gun up over here or your pack gun to capture this point. I'm still really surprised you've not gotten a single bit of camouflage here. I like how you did a little ambush there. You expect, wait for a rifle to come around and you ambush it. So that was great. This squad's completely out of cover. You could lob a smoke grenade here to try and screen yourself here. You're not utilising the smoke here. Could have yet. No smoke there. You had it. Didn't use it. Waste. Another good ambush there. Don't know how he didn't realise. You already got away with that, which was good. Not sure why you're retreating the Panzer Grenadiers. I understand the MG, because it was on the MG. But the Panzer Grenadiers could have just gone around here and captured the victory point, and they didn't. So, strange retreat of the MG, of the Panzer Grenadiers. Could have capped that and moved away back to safety a bit sooner had you initially moved the pack gun earlier on. My wallet is going to take a bit to recover from that 6-month sub. Holy yeah, dude, that's, honestly, don't subscribe if you can't afford it, kid. A lot to do. He should have grenades at this point. I'm surprised he doesn't.
A capture point is under attack.
Focus down individual squads. Focus down the rifleman squad that has the bar. Squad should retreat. Good bundle. Nice. Focus down the bar. Focus, 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 focus it. Again, no. Again, you had sprint. You had sprint available and you're not chasing to get the shots in to finish off. Another easy. No, that would have been another good opportunity to wipe a squad. No sprint usage. Right, you've got tier 3. I'm also looking 900 manpower is inexcusable in a 1v1. You should be making more units. Another Gren wouldn't be a bad idea. You should be thinking about, you know, your opponents have plenty of fuel. Sherman should be soon. You've also seen the Major because he's dropped artillery on your face. So you should be thinking a Scott or a Sherman is imminent. So either another pack gun or a Panzer Grenadier and getting one Panzer Grenadier with Shreks. You haven't really got the munitions for that though, so Panzer Grenadier is not really maybe the right choice here. Would have built tier 3. You are, yeah, tier 3 and starting getting some Panzer 4s out. Or another pack gun. Did build cover there, which is good. Like to see that. Yeah, he's got no munitions, man. Got no munitions. Here he comes with the Sherman. Pack gun sitting back. Needs to push up. Too far back. Okay, here's a big mistake you just made right now. You Fausted straight away. With a Sherman, Fausting a full health Sherman or any kind of medium tank will not give it a damaged engine. You're already really low on munitions. So what I would do here, if I were you, I would wait for the pack gun to deliver a round in first, so you can get the snare off. But I guess you could do 2 Panzer Faust, which would be enough. And he lost a Gren. You didn't retreat that. Your MG. I don't want to, but you want to be like maybe like feign a retreat back and bait your opponent into your MG's line of fire, so you help win the engagement. There you go. You got a lieutenant here. You got another opportunity to wipe a one-man squad. Jaegers are there. Could be moving into intercepts this way, but they're backtracking for some reason. They should be trying to chase. Again, another missed opportunity for another wipe. That's what the third opportunity here, where you could have gotten a big juicy wipe on a really low health squad. This is bad. You're going to lose your Jaegers here. They're up against the wrong side of cover, and a Sherman's ready to shoot them in the back. There's going to be a big hit, as I expected there. You're going to lose your Jaegers. Very late reaction to that. Pack gun, though, is moved up in position. Yeah.
Our brave infantry is
You should get the kill on the You do get the Sherman, but careless loss of the Jaegers. You should have repositioned them. Nico Tashi, thank you so much for the sub. Cheers, buddy.
We have been assigned fresh Panzer Grenadiers.
Jäger, listen up. German territory increases.
They're not Panzer Grenadiers, that's a command squad.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Okay, so you're finally getting tier 3 built. Yeah, you could have had this built earlier. You had 150 fuel in the bag, so, you know, if this is built slightly sooner, you could be having a Panzer 4 out by now.
We're losing a capture point.
Okay, I like that you're setting up a double flank pincer here with 2 Panzer Grenadiers on that machine gun. Was that a raid? What did I say? Thank you very much for the raid. Did I say something else? I meant to say raid. Did I say? Maybe I said something else. Jumping in the building here, not a good idea. He could get close. If he's got grenades, I'll lob a grenade at you here. And he could easily flank you. So not the bad MG positioning once again here. Oh, I said thank you for the sub. Oh, dude, you're gonna lose your machine gun, man. Oh, dude, fuck. That's bad.
We have lost an MG team.
Easily could have been avoided. You didn't need your MG to jump in the house. Set it up here and shoot the rifleman from here against that rifle. You'd have been able to suppress it. Then you would have been able to turn and deal with the other rifle that was flanking you from the right. Instead, you ended up wasting your MG and giving it away to your opponent. Grenaded yourself there. Oh no, he's blocked you in a bit. Oh, he moved though. Let's fast forward this a little bit more.
Our opponents are seizing a sector. We have a fresh grenadier squad.
Negative cover. Don't stand on negative cover if you can help it.
We have a new Panzer IV.
The supply line just got cut off.
Okay, so first of all, massively overextended rifleman squad. You've got a Jaeger squad, the Panzer IV. I think you've got some Panzer grenade. Yeah, you've got multiple units that can get on the retreat path to ensure the wipe of this unit right now.
The enemy has driven a wedge in our line.
Where even is the Panzer IV right now? Yeah. Imagine if that Panzer IV, rather than being over here not really doing anything, it came with these units to get on the retreat path to this rifleman. And then that Panzer Jaeger squad. The Jaeger squad also pushed down rather than stayed over here. You'd probably would have wiped that, but you didn't because you spread your units out. You didn't take the opportunity. Panzer IV should not be showing its rear armor to the enemy front line. It's just a general principle. Looks like you carelessly lost your pioneers on the left as well. Focus this rifleman squad. He's at the wrong side of cover, so you'll hit him hard if he doesn't retreat. And this is risky. Having your Panzer IV like here showing its ass to the enemy front line is very risky because anything could, he could have had an anti-tank gun like sat here, shoot you. He's got the two Zook squads that are going to come up and hit it in the ass here as well. You had plenty of time to make sure that Panzer IV's front line was facing the enemy front line here. And now you're going to get shot in the ass. Bazookas are more likely to bounce off the frontal armor than the rear. Yes, I do intend to make more gaming content, Gibson, when I'm in Japan. I intend to keep streaming. Pat gun unsupported. It's going to get focused down. You're going to lose the veterancy off it here.
Pioneers ready for assignment.
Lucky that it didn't die. Oh, it did. You still didn't back. You had all the time in the world to keep backing it up. So losing the veterancy on that. Yeah, that was the right decision to back away there. Careful, don't blob here. Unnecessary bundle grenade there, you already killed it. Yeah, now's a good chance to be aggressive. I think the guy's kind of just throwing the towel here. Also, as soon as you get that machine gun decrewed, as we always say, what do we do when we see a decrewed weapon, guys? We steal it or destroy it immediately as soon as you have the opportunity. So you're leaving it there, not a good idea. You're nowhere near pop cap, so I'd actually be grabbing that because it's always good to have multiple machine guns. But yeah, overall here, you need to really try and capitalize more on trying to get behind your opponent and try and chase them down the retreat path. Stop overextending so much with your own units because you get punished for that. Try and account for what units could be on your retreat path. Utilize the camouflage, man. You've got camouflage in this command, and it's one of the strongest things in Company Heroes 2. The ambush camouflage for austere. Your units like reveal themselves out of camouflage. They get more damage. They do more damage, which is great, and it allows you to set up for a lot more ambushes. Units might, enemy vehicles might drive by, thinking there's no grenadiers nearby, and oh shit, suddenly grenadiers there. Gets Panzerfaustages, tanks crippled, and then it gets ambushed by a pack gun and gets killed. Lots of things you can do to set up really good ambushes, which you're just not doing with that commander. So you could be using that commander a lot better. And you only really utilize G43s and the Jaeger command squad. I think you used the light artillery barge once, but didn't really get much value for it. So yeah, you could have. There's other commanders which have this, which you could do better. You could do better with. Yeah, no, this is the guy's just called CPU expert. It was a different player. It was a person that played. Right, I do want to go for some dinner soon, but I did say I was gonna do Wrecker's Game, so we're now gonna switch over to Company Heroes 3, guys, and do Wrecker's Game. Wrecker, are you there still? I think you're there. Yeah, you're in chat. Yeah, so we'll do Wrecker's game. Right. Hit the red eye. What are you on about? Oh wait, did I? I need to. What was your name of your game? I think I probably popped it into the wrong thingy. Company Heroes 3 playback. What was it called? What's your name of your match called? Can you remind me again? It was called Reviewable. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's dive straight into this. Stomach is rumbling. Uh, right. Well, now on to Company Heroes 3, guys. So I still feel like if you are a Company Heroes 2 player and you don't really enjoy CoH3, I still feel like you'll be able to learn a lot from watching me replay, analyze CoH3 replays, because a lot of the stuff that I talk about in CoH3 does apply to CoH2 as well. Right.
Panzer Grenadiers have assembled.
So we'll just have Wrecker's units up here. Wrecker thinks he played well. Okay, I'll be the judge of that. Okay, so he's already got queued up sandbags here and wiring. You already have green cover on this point, so I'd probably actually prioritize wiring than building these extra sandbags first of all, I would say. Later on, yeah, this is good, but right at the start of the match, you don't really need to waste time doing that. Cycle.
The Fox's finest. Here. Captured. Shall we fortify? Secured. Can we get back Orders incoming. You have problems, we have answers. Ready. Willing and able. Achtung, crew! Light up, boys. But don't let the lieutenant see, huh?
Yeah, so on this side of the map, you want to be trying to pressure this plus 10 fuel point.
You have something for
You
us?
can cap the point slightly in green cover and yellow cover here, which you're going to do.
Victory point lost.
They won't get through here. Vehicle is captured.
250.
Right.
Half-track has arrived.
Seen the MG.
Get started on the build.
Now would be the time I would pressure the MG and force it to turn. Because right now, okay, so here, the MG is probably going to be facing towards the fuel point to stop you trying to cap it, right? If you push over here on the left-hand side, you'd force the MG to turn left.
MG fire! He's carrying
Right, now your Panzer Grenadier. I don't know why you push your Panzer Grenadier. Okay, you put the intel beacon. That's sneaky. You could engage that machine gun now. I'm not sure why they're pushing so far back. Put the Panzer Pioneers into the 250. Motorcycle needs to be getting involved here as well. Can they be doing damage and betting up?
Forces have claimed out.
It's so crucial that the motorcycle gets veterancy because then it gets the marked target on at bet 1.
Underway.
Yep, you know, you can fake with the Panzer Pioneers on the machine gun here. You want to keep pressuring that machine gun. Don't sit your vehicles in the line of fire of this, though. Keep pushing, get round the flank here. Don't dive into cover because you're going to be in range here. You should have kept on moving around the side there. But overall, you know, not bad. Focus down the dingo. Careful with the 250 though; it's quite low. You could have very easily lost the 250. Then there was no reason for you to commit with the 250 in that. No,
Armory upgrade complete, Commandant.
Slither, you know, could have gone either way really. So I think you were pretty lucky that 250 didn't die as well then. Probably should be popping the healing right now on the 250 to heal back up these squads to full health.
Starting requisition of light support elements.
Repairing under fire. Definitely don't do that. Jump into the vehicle so you don't lose the squad. Okay, late reaction. You should have heard the airborne squad get dropped behind you as well. Watch out for the grenade. The dodge. I need the motorcycle to get involved in this fight as well. There you go. Now you get the Mark 1 to help you win that fight. Floating quite a bit of manpower right now. I guess you did tech up, so but you still almost 400 manpower right now. Should be spending it. Second PG is always a good idea.
Battlefield Rex shall be stripped of all spare weaponry. At your
Okay,
command.
so you've just gone for pillage or plunder rather. You can now plunder that dingo wreckage to get yourself some, you know, another upgrade for one of your squads. Probably your Panzer Grenadiers could do with this. I would probably retreat this squad. It's Panzer Pioneer. It's such a low health. It's kind of risky. You're now popping healing, which is good. You could have done that a little bit sooner. You know, before that initial airborne squad engaged you.
Victory lost.
Orders? Panzer Pioneer
You're spending, okay. You're going for the medical truck? Okay, so if you're going for the medical truck, you don't need to retreat your Panzer Pioneers. That's fine, but I'd probably keep them slightly back so they're not going to get focused down at all by anything. Still going to, they're very low and they could get picked off.
Panzer Grenadier standing.
Territory is in enemy
What are
hands.
you going for now? Let's see. What have you gone for? You got almost 500-600 manpower right now.
Losing grasp of the capture point.
Definitely, yeah. You always need at least 2 mainline infantry like Panzer Grens, and you're not got a second one right here, which is a big mistake. And this is why you're probably going to really struggle against this next fight here, because you're lacking an extra squad, which you should have had on the field ages ago.
A mechanized combat group awaits deployment.
Something important.
You waiting for assault Grens? Nah, still, dude. You've got plenty of time to get to wait for assault Grens and still get that second squad out.
Assault grenadiers are
Make sure you stay on cover though.
Commandant!
You're not fighting in near cover. Flamethrower squad did back away, so you were fine to no. Then don't careful that pushing the motorcycle in when it's this low. You could easily get focus fired here. Watch out for a grenade. Grenade gets lobbed. Okay, good dodge.
Reinforcements straight from Mama's skirt, huh?
Look, you called in the 250, and you still got more resources in the bag to get yourself another squad out.
enemy forces have taken our territory.
Vertical! Get us moving! Repairs complete. Troopers are firing at us!
Would be thinking about maybe getting the okay. You've got the combat half track, so that's good because you want to make sure your half tracks are more durable. Probably be getting survival vehicle packaging and making sure that you're also building a half track now as well, which you could be doing. I want to be sitting again in the line of fire of the thing. Good jump, good jump out though. Utilize the grenades. Mark target there. Watch out for another grenade. Just sitting on top of the grenade. Okay. I ate the grenade, but you're gonna get away with that. MG to steal. Should be grabbing that immediately. Motorcycle should probably pop on the self-repair. Yep, repair that. These guys should be pressuring the fuel now. One Panzer going to go left, the other one go around the right. Right behind.
Are available to deploy at once.
We're veterans now!
You know you've taken out his machine gun, so there's very unlikely to be another one here to stop you grabbing the fuel. You want to really try and prioritize this fuel, and also because now you've also retreated his army off the field. You got maybe a few seconds here now to maybe get the pillage in, the plunder in on the dingo to get the extra weapon rack here, the weapon from the wreck.
Laying mines here.
Right, what have you got? You still got 400 fuel on the bank, 400 manpower on the bank. Still haven't got the vehicle survivor package upgrade, which you should always do as soon as you can afford it, really. Especially when you're going for quite a lot of light vehicle play here. These 250s could definitely benefit from that.
New guy, follow me. Laying mines here.
Plenty of time to get the plunder here. We're moving the motorcycle forward as well to this position to give you early warning of any other units coming in. Kind of exposed here on the flank. I see you starting to put down mines here. Good.
Smoke canisters are being requested for our vehicles.
You have tested it, right?
But I'd also like, you know, this 250 should be positioned over here on the left-hand side as, like, early warning right now, you know.
Panzer Grenadiers! Panzer Grenadiers ready!
If there's enemy units nearby and you want to get the plunder off, you should try and drop a smoke here from that mortar half-track. Motorcycle's too far back to be of any use here. Push it forward, help get the marked target so you can kill these combat engineers faster. Machine gun's too far back as well to be of any use. A lot of your units too far back. You've got yourself a pack gun out, so that's good to get yourself some AT. Though I would like to see, rather than the Pack 38, I'd rather get you the AA half-track out, which would be good against all this elite infantry, which would be just a great choice overall. And then you can call yourself a Panzerjäger squadron, or just make a cheap Panzerjäger over here rather than a pack gun. And that would be more than enough to fight any kind of vehicle that the Americans throw at you. Nice dodge there from the artillery. Are you sitting on top of your own mine after you built it? Yes, you are. Bad play there. Always make sure you press shift and issue a move command after planting the last mine, so you're not sitting on top of it.
What do you need?
Utility vehicle standing
Weapon
by.
team fully reinforced.
Getting in here, sector subterfuge beacon. Probably not the best place for it because this is like a flanking route here is very likely to get spotted there, so I wouldn't put that there to be honest.
Contact! Get to ground!
Ammunitions point is
Here comes a grenade, which is now going to blow up the wreck, so you're going to lose the chance to get the free weapon there.
See the work!
No. Mistake.
Weapon team have finished.
All the time in the world to grab that dingo, to salvage that dingo wreck for a nice juicy extra weapon. Could have had a nice little breader or something like that for those dudes. Because even if you do buy the LMG upgrade here on the Panzer Grenade, they still have another weapon slot to pick something else up.
Sure. My crew are ready. You have something for us?
So right now you're not doing anything. You kind of won your side the map, and your army's idle. You should be pressuring the center, helping your teammate flank around and try and take some map control. You are looking like you're doing it now, but slow to do it. You're not bringing over your half-tricks as well to support this push on the left-hand side. Your mortar half-trick could bombard this MG or smoke it to screen your troops going forward here. I'd like to see some mine here, mine there while you have the chance. You should maybe get your motorcycle to start pushing forward and capturing points, giving you early warning of any potential pushes on this right-hand side. Okay, you did smoke, which is good. Focus that squad there. Focus good. Nice pick there. This half-trick, though, here needs to be forward, man. Oh, grenade coming in. Dodged it good.
We have half-track support fueled and ready for
Bed truck should be over here. Could be a bit closer over here to provide healing. Lucky that MG survived there.
the field weapon has
Oh, and you get it wiped by the off-map. That sucks. Okay, yeah.
been claimed by the enemy.
Orders incoming.
Probably be getting Firestorm as soon as possible. Firestorm's such a great ability.
Contact! Alarm! We're engaged!
Yeah, get the motorcycle to fight bring him around the right-hand side and fight squads. There's another airborne squad here. Oh, mate, I can't believe you've not got the flak half-track out by now. I guess you can call in the Panzer IV if you want, which is also good. But the flak half-track is just, it's so good at killing infantry, suppressing them, neutralizing them, and also shooting planes down. It's just like the thing that you'd always make as a DAC player. I feel like if you don't make it, you're playing wrong. You should always make it. There's no instance where you wouldn't make it in my eyes. I feel like you always make it.
Taking losses! Under fire! Fucking infantry!
Yeah, I know you made it into a funk wagon now.
Follow me! They really want us dead, huh?
sure you heal the, get this guy to repair, heal up, push forward, keep decapturing that fuel point. Siphoning, I think, are you siphoning? I think you are siphoning, actually here. You are siphoning that munitions point a little bit. Much though, it's only a +5.
Panzer pioneers fully bolstered.
700, yeah, again, huge manpower float. Upgraded that. Okay, you've finally done these 2 upgrades, which is good, because I'll always get those. Generally if you're doing really well, which you are doing well on your side, yeah, you're spending on these upgrades while you can, and you've got a high manpower income because you're not, I've got too many units to upkeep is great. What are you getting now? Are you trying to save up for the Tiger? You're not too far off the Tiger. Your teammates have done double fuel cache. I think your teammates stopped building this one though. Half built that. Maybe you didn't realise. I mean, you could try and technically go straight for a Tiger, but I still would rather getting something else out. I mean, but you have enough manpower to get something else out before your Tiger arrives, so you should be thinking about something else. You've gone yourself for another machine gun. I mean, you did lose the first one because of it got blown up, so that's a good idea to rebuild that. I think that's a good choice. You need something to deal with, beat those that airborne blob. Strange place for a shoe mine. It'd be here or here, not there. Yeah, I'd still think about maybe getting another normal Panzer Grenadier. Could drop smoke here to then close the distance and then rush him. I think you're doing good. Yeah, nice. Go, go, go. Get your motorcycle in there as well. Panzer Grenadier. These units should be pushing as well. There's no reason why these guys, shouldn't be getting right up in the grill here. Helping out as well. Yeah, you definitely need another Panzer Grenadier. Oh, why are all those bodies just getting zoomed away over the left-hand side? That's weird. Now he kind of overextended. Now he's getting these pincering EBA-2 for things. A bit slow to back away and reposition your dudes here. You just got a lack of units because you're floating. So you're having to waiting so much for this Tiger. And now you're gonna lose your AT gun. He's gonna steal it, and now your Tiger's gonna have another threat to deal with, which is annoying. Yeah, bad.
Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy.
That extra squad could have been the difference between you winning and holding that holding that side, or slowing down those airborne squads to buy time for the pack gun to reposition, right? You could have also used smoke from your mortar half-track to screen the retreat of your pack gun then, which you didn't do.
Territory is now in enemy hands.
Now you have the Tiger.
Enemy forces.
Yeah, airborne squads are expensive, so yeah, you're right in thinking that he doesn't have much manpower. I mean, we can look at this guy. But you're fighting up against Orange, Vago. Yeah, his manpower income, he hasn't got too much saved up at the moment. Well, look at him, yeah. He's got 4 airborne squads. He's got 2 with bazookas. But he won't be trading too well against the Tiger. You'll be able to bleed him quite hard if you play this right. Just make sure, you got your infantry forward, giving vision for the Tiger, and the Tiger's just blinking away at these units. Make sure you could get, if you've got the what's it called, the S-mine ability here, could be nice. Make sure rotate your tank's front llama, kind of showing a little bit of side there. Go for the grenade. Nice, good. Yeah, there you go. Fine, help you got a wipe then.
We have 200 points remaining.
Careful though, the Tiger hurt your own unit then. Oh, will you get the mine? Will it get the wipe there on that mine? Oh, did that mine get detonated? Okay, never mind. But still, though, yeah, you got a nice wipe there. Almost got a second wipe. Just be careful. Maybe to toggle hold fire on your Tiger if the enemy unit is right on top of your own unit, just to avoid friendly fire.
We are losing grasp of a fuel point.
Still plenty of manpower in your arsenal right now. I'd still want to see another Panzer Grenadier man, or at the very least a second Panzer Pioneer, so that when the Tiger does get damaged, you can repair it very quickly. Motorcycle has had all day to capture this 10 plus munitions. Been sat here since the Tiger came on and pushed everybody back, so he forgot about this unit.
Our capture point is being neutralized by the enemy.
Better than nothing. Recruits are here. All done here.
Yeah, I mean, you're 64 pop out of 100, so you could afford. Yeah, I mean, again, general principle, guys, always 2 Panzer Pioneer or 2 Engineer squads, two mainline infantry at the bare minimum, like 2 Panzer Grenadiers, 2 Riflemen, 2 sections or something like that. You need it. You can't just just because you need to use other units to cover the flanks, to get snares off, lob grenades, all that kind of stuff. You need that utility.
Task is finished. Contact. Alarm.
This is an anti-tank gun that's completely on its own, so the Tiger could totally solo an anti-tank gun that on its own. The Pioneers are forward spotting for the Tiger, so there's no reason why the Tiger can't push up. The only issue here that I'm a bit worried about is there might be the potential for mines that you might have laid. So again, this is another reason why you want that second Pioneer squad. Just too sweet for mines. The worst thing that can happen to your Tiger at the moment is to run into a mine, and then they get dived on with off-map and other enemy units pushing onto it. If you lose line of sight of the enemy pack gun position, attack ground. Also, the motorcycle can push up and provide vision for the Tiger, and it's always a bit too far back, sadly. I like the fact that you do have a nice little Goliath, though, on the flank ready to deal with that, because you've experienced this guy flanking from the extreme right or the left, so having a Goliath here is quite nice. You can set up a nice bait for that, so I do like that.
Vehicle deploying as ordered.
So, yeah, make sure to reposition that. Maybe on that little bit of cover there. Or there. That's good. Make sure, though, you push it in front of it, because it's now going to go, move, turn, and then get around the point here, which will slow it pushing into an enemy unit, so it's not the best spot for the Goliath there. So, again, very passive as well. You've got the advantage right now. You're sitting back. You're not utilizing your vision with your motorcycle, creeping it forward. With the Tiger, you only are up against a single anti-tank gun and bazooka squads. The Tiger should be, like, on the warpath right now, killing everything. But making sure to push forward with a sweeper at all times, and you're not. Do not leave your Tiger on top of your own mine. Risky. Yeah, going mid, but not checking for mines again. Super risky. Pushing forward without any vision. You know, running into a Grant and a 2-pounder. Thankfully, you're bouncing every round at the moment. But once again, as we've seen throughout today and every game that we casted and every Training Tuesday, everyone's always pushing in with no vision. Motorcycle, needs to be over here with the Tiger, giving the Tiger information about what threats it might face. Don't know, it might be 17-pounders back here. You don't know what's over here. You haven't been over here yet. You haven't done any reconnaissance of this area. Let's just quickly pause it and just check back here. Have you bought yourself spotting scopes? No, you've got 800 manpower in the bank. You should have. Yeah, you've got rapid advance, great, but you should be getting spotting. The advanced spotting scopes next for vision. Probably don't need the tungsten core at the moment, but advanced field repairs would be good for your pioneers and for your Grens as well. If you don't know what to buy. You strafer, and this is so if you'd gotten yourself the flat feeling out, which you could have done earlier, that would have helped you against all these strafing runs that you seem to be struggling with this game. Your Goliath's here. Let's see if you use it well. Nice. Good pick there. Good. Right, Panzer Pioneers are low. You want to retreat them. Ellis. Plenty of time to retreat those. Decrewed weapons. Oh, we should be seeing the Tiger attack move onto these weapons to blow them up. It's not. Again, every time you see a decrewed weapon, guys, got to blow it up. Oh, it's slow. Not the best micro on that Goliath, sadly. You had smoke here as well. What you could have done here with this half, because you could have smoked the right hand side and used the smoke as cover for the Goliath to sneak up onto that squad, capturing the point. You didn't do that. That was an option to you there.
Panzer Pioneers available.
Oh, you are getting another. Yeah, you lost your pans, but you're getting 2 now.
Panzer 4 standing by.
Shut it, would you?
Right, you've got a Panzer 4 in. That's fine. With another, core infantry unit, which is good. So I don't think that's a bad choice. The next thing, though, I would love to see you get is a Stuka. You need some sort of better indirect fire now, because you've got everything else, really. The only other thing I guess you're missing is maybe an 88. But you don't really need an 88 on the field because the enemy haven't got any armor. So next thing is
They really want us dead, huh?
it's gonna still. Oh no!
I hope they didn't hit something important.
If he bothered to cap that himself, he could have like wasted those 2 dudes, but they got killed anyway. Yahayas, thank you so much for the raid. Cheers, buddy. Just doing some replay analysis today, replay review. If you've got a replay you want me to review, submit that in, and I'll do it for next week because we're near the end of today's session. Big bombing run coming in. You're not reacting to this, not paying attention to your mini-map. Oh, you're lucky if you don't lose anything here. That could have gone horribly wrong. Not sure why you're leading with the Panzer 4. So that's going to die now. But the Tiger is more tanky, so fortunate that shot missed. That could have been a killing blow on that. I would be hold firing on the Panzer. Yeah, so that was a mistake here that you did. If we quickly just switch over right now, select a player. This guy. What's his name? There you go. So if you were on hold fire and didn't give yourself away, then the Hellcat would have lost vision of your Panzer 4, and therefore he wouldn't have been able to track the shot. Because you left your Panzer 4 on auto fire, it was still firing its machine guns at it, which kind of gave it away there. But the real issue there came with the fact that you led with the Panzer 4, the weaker unit. The Panzer 4 should have been maybe around the sides or the flanks and let the Tiger kind of take the brunt because it's more likely to bounce rounds. And you kind of let it in against the pack gun, and that was, way more likely the pack gun's going to be able to pen the Panzer 4 than the Tiger. Also, you kind of push forward your tanks there without any infantry support. So as soon as that bombing run, you kind of committed to that push there. But the bombing run came in. Maybe you should have backed away and waited, for your units here to regroup, and then you could have come again. So risky here as your Tiger is now forward without any support and alone, which I'm always advise against. The Tiger is very good, but other units can come in here and mess it up. Could be a mine. Imagine if you ran into a mine here, and he could have then sniped you from distance, and you'd have lost your Tiger. There are lots of things that could go wrong here. Where's your motorcycle? Again, you could have, your motorcycle should be up there with the Tiger providing vision. You have activated Operation Scorpion, which is kind of hiding your Tiger, which I guess is a smart idea to like screen it and cover it as it backs away and you popped it on hold fire. So that's a good idea. I like that. But the enemy have kind of thrown in the towel. GG. I've got a company here as 2 replay, really high level. Hang on 1 second. Really high level 2v2, more than 60 minutes. Good luck, Mr. Hands. Have a good one. Thanks, dude. Yeah, if you want me to give you some analysis and feedback on how you can improve and stuff in that game, then I'm happy to do it. Probably won't do it tonight though, because it is now 10 past 10 in the evening here in the UK, and I haven't had dinner, so I'm going to take a break now, guys. Say thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Hope you enjoyed the replays, reviews of today. I'll try and start doing these replay reviews a bit sooner in the day. I do apologize I started late. I had a kind of like a meeting earlier regarding maybe some voice acting work that I'm looking to get into, which is really cool. But I'm going to take a break, have dinner. But if you're interested in this kind of replay reviews, I'm trying to do this every Tuesday, Training Tuesdays. You guys send me in a replay, and we'll start with company here. It's 2 replays for the first half of the stream, and then we'll go into CoH3 replays. trying to cater towards both communities. And I feel like even if you just play CoH2 or just play CoH3, if you watch either any kind of game that I review, you still be able to learn something. Let's say if you play, if you're a company here as 2-player, and I cast or analyze a company here as 3 replay, you'll still be able to learn quite a bit from that, because I'm still talking about maybe key things that apply to both games, like vision, lighting minds, making sure you've game awareness, all those kinds of things. So if you like that kind of content, guys, and you want to see me doing more of it, please do consider subscribing to the channel, following the content. Would really appreciate it. And thank you. We had a lot of subs today. Thank you so much, guys, for your support, especially Kipton, who subscribed at tier 3 on. And you know what we're going to do, Kipton? We're popping your name on the flag. We'll do that. Hey, Chemistry Land, how you doing? I guess Wrecker. We can put Wrecker on there as well, right? So who else subscribed today? Before we end, I'm gonna we'll maybe add people's names to the flag. Getting a new camera for this. Is his name on the flag already? Kipton is still in the stream. I don't know if we have Jasinki as well on there. Kipton has been going for a while, but I don't know. Oh yeah, what does he want? Kipton Kibby, or Game Wrexham? Put me up there, baby. You got to be a subscriber. That's the whole point. Right, let me switch the camera real quick. Hang on, I've got to stand up here. Do this. You know what would have been smart? What? Keeping a digital notepad. Yes, that would have been a good. Right, you guys see the flag? This here is the sub flag. Over the years, I have put names on the flag, and I haven't been doing it for like, not doing it again. I can look at one point or another. Follow the content. Let's go put we got Emperor here. Apparently I added Phonetic twice. Phonetic's got his name on this. He's special. He's got me chicken dinners. That's his like buddy. Red sick. Yeah. Right. Scorp's on here. Right. Scorps, thank you so much, dude. Prime sub. Can't hear me? Can't hear me? Average online lecture. Welcome. How to pen to paper. Mic doesn't reach that far and it cuts off. Okay, that's not. If I go here, if I speak very loudly, that work? Face the way of the mic. Okay, I need to turn the mic this way, right? If I turn the mic that way, it should work, right? Yeah, there we go. 1, 2. Hello, whoa. Right, whose names have I got? Got Wrecker 68097. Okay. I don't think. I mean, anybody who's been subbed in the last 2 years is probably not on the flag, because I used to do 3 years ago or something like that. So there we go. Bring the mic arm over. Hang on. Can I? It doesn't reach. No, the mic arm is quite small. It doesn't reach that far. Okay, so we'll do Wrecker. And then he's got what? 68097. There's Wrecker. Who else we got? EL42 Sigma. Underscore, right? No dear. Okay, there's Sigma. And who else we got? Who else haven't I done yet? Scorps. Scorps. It's Scorps on the list. Flag. Sure he won't be. Scorps TF. Okay. And Miferion wants to do more work. Does he now? Please beg Hans to take a photo of the flag, this camera, so I can mod comments to everyone's. Oh, God. I'm taking a picture. That boy needs therapy. Indeed, he does. I can always take multiple photos. Yeah, I could. That is a possibility. All right. And Miferion. We should obviously put. There we go. I think I've spelled your name right. Imagine if I didn't get his name right. That would be embarrassing, wouldn't it? All right. I think that's it for the moment. Wait, we got Kipton. Kipton's not in the chat. What I would like to do, guys, is I want to put people's names on the flags when they're in the chat. If you don't think your name is on the board, on the flag, then let me know and we'll check it later on and we'll do it live at the end of the stream. All right. You see yourself on there, boys. And also, I got. Also, I'm going to be getting a camera, a specific camera. Oh, there we go. I'll be getting a specific camera, so that will be sitting up there. There'll be the cam flag cam, and you'll be able to. I'll switch to that rather than having to move this camera and make everybody a bit sick while I move the camera around because that's a bit good. Try and increase the production value of the stream, right? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back later tonight with probably some Battlefield 6, also maybe Ark Raiders, either one. Maybe I kind of fancy playing one of those games tonight. But I'm going to grab some food. Michael Goodnow, you're sitting, cutting out until I sat. Apologies. Now we need a flag. Yeah, get a specific microphone. Oh my god. Am I going to watch the show match? No, I'll probably do it another day. I'm not massively. I'll watch the show match next time I play Company Heroes 3, I think, or whatever. Oh, Jashinki is there. Did we get Jashinki on the flag? Oh, I've just seen Jashinki. One last quick. We'll do Jashinki real quick. Hey, you're on the. All right. All right. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys in an hour or so after I've had some food. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the training sessions today. Well, like I said, I'll try and do them every Tuesday. So if you guys, take the advice on board today, and then maybe have a new replay for me for next Tuesday, and then I can give you some more feedback next time. That being said, though, if I do see the same people submitting the same replays each week and keep doing the same mistakes, I'll start to, avoid your replays, because it feels like there's not really a real point, because if you're not improving, then I feel like we're wasting our time there. So that's the only thing I just want to say. So make sure you are improving. You take 2 things away from it and work on it. And if I see you working on it, I'm happy to keep giving you more feedback. We permanently ban them. Death penalty. No improvement. They die. There you go. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in an hour or so. Thanks, and let's go raise somebody. Let's see who's live. Who is Eva? Just looking here to raid real quick. Who's live? Who do I know that is live? Anyone I know playing Company Heroes 3 at the moment? Jack coded. Who's this guy? Let's go raid this guy. This evening. And Co. Right. Catch you guys a bit. See you in a bit. Want to make this guy's night, guys. When you join the raid, type in like some of my emotes if you're a subscriber, like Hands Tank or something like that. Whenever I was a streamer, I am a streamer. What am I on about? When I used to be a streamer earlier on, and people used to spam my chat with emotes when they came in the raid. It was always a great feeling. So if you want to join the raid and spam some emotes, it's always appreciated. Take care, guys. I'll be back in an hour or so. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody. But Cody's a bit of a cunt, though. He's just. Don't tell him I said that.